time for high school football, a Beaver County radio tradition for the last 77 years. 2025 Beaver County radio football coverage is being brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the cornerstone of Beaver County, Zookie's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, GNU's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio. 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and AM 1460 WMBA, Beaver County Radio Digital Media, and beavercountyradio.com. Now let's head out to the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth for coverage of tonight's game.
And welcome. We are live from Rich Niebala Field in Western Beaver for the first time ever on a Friday night as we're ready to play a game under the lights in about 28 minutes from right now. You are listening to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show. I'm Mangino. We'll check in with Tank on the field, and in for Mike Azadian is Frank Solopek. And Frank, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Hey, Mr. Mangino, happy to be here. How do you like that?
I like that.
And I got big shoes to fill with your partner, Mike Azadian, but hoping to bring a little something to the broadcast tonight on this historic night here at Western Beaver campus.
This is a really cool event. It's one thing to be able to broadcast high school football games, and I love to be able to do that, but to be a part of history, that we get a chance to be a part tonight for something that is just so remarkable that finally, after all of these years, Western Beaver is in a situation to host Friday night football games for the foreseeable future. What a beautiful light display tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do and how fancy they're going to get. Because normally you think about the lighting, it just basically it's on. But now with these LED lights, they can put on shows during football games.
You have high expectations. Let's hope that we live up to them tonight. There's one thing about playing Saturday afternoon football, but the players really love the pageantry of playing under the lights, and Western Beaver is going to enjoy that forever now. Yeah,
like one article said in the paper a couple of days ago, it's not called Saturday afternoon sunshine. It's Friday Night Lights. That's what it is, and that's absolutely what it is here tonight. Western Beaver and Southside. Western Beaver hosting the Rams. Western Beaver, big performance last week, winning by, 40 points. Just a dominating performance against a school that is 2 classifications higher than them. Many people thought, you lose Javen Peel, and you're going to, what are you going to do? How do you replace a guy who threw for as many yards as he did as a freshman and as a sophomore? Numbers that nobody had ever seen before in the WPIAL, but it looks as though Coach Busby has a next man up mentality, and they have an offense together here that may be a little bit more balanced, and it seems as though they're not missing a beat.
Yeah, I mean, they've changed their philosophy from really probably a 50-50 pass run to more of a heavy run, a little misdirection action.
More balanced, and it seems as though they're not missing a beat.
From pass run levels, you've got some pretty good mojo going, and I think we're going to see some fun stuff from Western Beaver here tonight.
And Coach Busby's showing why he is as good as he is. 5 straight playoff appearances, averaging 7 wins a season, and he just seems to have this, not only what he does at the varsity level, but the JV level, the junior high level, and he has all the little the Pop Warner, if you will, teams that are really playing into the system, and they're able to understand what he wants to do here.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the Falcone Coach's Corner on Wednesday night, that these programs like Western Beaver, it's not just showing up at high school and playing, it is building a feeder system and creating that winning environment from the pee-wees on up, and it's really showing the way they've had consistent playoff performances and winning seasons over the last several years.
So when it comes to the next man stepping up, Javen Peel out, Amari Marshall is in, And Coach Busby quoted as saying, I've seen a lot of kids and coaches, a lot of kids in my time, and he's going to be special. And I think everyone will end up seeing it before this year is over. I think maybe a lot of people saw it with the performance last week at Ambridge.
Yeah, he was 4 for 5 at Ambridge last week, only 80 yards. They were run heavy, but he does show that spark that he has the abilities to take this team to the next level of quarterback and be that next man up.
And Busby has shown he can take a freshman quarterback and win. He's done this now with 3 consistent quarterbacks that include Peel and I hope I pronounce his name correctly, Xander Lefebvre.
You got it.
He did it he played 4 years here, but he started as a freshman. So Busby's system is, as long as you've got the talent, he can go ahead and figure out some way of working it into his system.
Yeah, I think Peel was really a special person because he threw a lot and threw for I think 33 touchdowns his freshman year. You may not see that this year from Amir, but at the end of the day, he's going to develop him, bring him along slowly here early in the season by focusing on the run and then letting him be opportunistic in the passing. And in the end, by the time they get to playoffs, he's probably going to be firing on all cylinders.
I have a feeling tonight the number we'll be calling a lot for Western Beaver is number 8, Wyatt Sparbane. Last week performed extremely well. Last year, he rushed for 429 yards and 9 touchdowns, 9.5 a carry. I'm guessing we're going to see numbers that are significantly higher at the end of this season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. And if you look at his entire stat line from last week, it was really phenomenal. Not only did he have the 138 yards and 3 touchdowns, he also had 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and a blocked field goal in the game against Ambridge. So he is an all-around talented player, but he is going to be the workhorse for Western Beaver tonight coming out of the backfield.
Amari Marshall, he needs some targets, and one of them is the guy that Coach Busby refers to as the gadget guy from last year, Avon Presley at wideout. Seems as though he has the speed and some hands to be able to really give Amari a weapon on the outside.
He does, and last year Avon did get behind a lot of cornerbacks. They tried to play him tight and bump and run, and he just beat him and had a lot of big plays.
The big question for Western Beaver is, for this season, it's not can you get into the playoffs, can you have a winning record, it's can you get over the hump and get down to Acrisure. From what you're seeing and what you know about Coach Busby in this system, do you think there's a realistic chance here that Western Beaver could end up on the North Shore at the end of the season?
I'm putting my money on them. I think they have a great chance to do that. They play in a good section. They'll be tested, but I think they're going to win. And we will be down there, I hope, visiting with a Beaver County team on the sidelines at Acrisure.
Let's check in with Tank Latham. He's on the sideline. We'll be checking in with Tank throughout the course of the evening. And Tank, did you have a chance to talk to Coach Busby, and what's on his mind tonight?
Yeah, I was able to talk with Coach Busby, and I asked him, it's a big night here in Western Beaver. I asked him, were these kids super hyped up with all the hubbub with under the lights, the new stuff, and he said they could not ignore the fact of this night, and his kids are ready to play, they're ready to win, they're ready to make some history tonight. I asked him what were some of the team goals they had this year, and he easily said, win the week. Win 1 week, and then you move on to the next. So taking it 1 game at a time. And I asked him if there's any special game plan for against Southside or anything. And they said, basically, we got to stop the run. We got to stop what they do. So their big game plan is some defense against the run.
Tank, thank you very much. Some interesting observations. You can't think about Acrisure when you have the game tonight to be thinking about. And so it is that next game mentality. And he's doing his best to keep his young guys focused.
Yeah, we play the look-ahead game, but coaches every year, the good coaches have a way of focusing the kids on the moment, 1 game at a time. Let's win tonight, take care of business tonight. And Coach Busby's shown a great ability to keep the team focused 1 game at a time.
We'll talk about the Southside Rams and this wing T offense in a moment, but just from Coach Busby's perspective, this has got to be a challenge considering nobody else runs this. How do you get your team focused to be able to play against an offense that you'll never see and you really can't scout as well as you would otherwise like to?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Mangino. At the end of the day, you look for your openings, and I think what you're relying on is the fact that your line is bigger than their line. And if you can get in the backfield and blow it up and rely on your speed guys coming from the linebacker position to close down, you can make great things happen. So I think here it's going to be, can the athletic ability of Western Beaver overcome the trickery of Southside?
You're listening to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show on Beaver County Radio. We'll come back and give you a sneak peek of what's happening on the Southside Rams side of the ball. They also coming in so far off a big win from last week. We'll get to that coming up next on Beaver County Radio.
Summer's winding down, but the deals at Fisher's Foodland will get you wound up. Open 7 days a week, Fisher's Foodland in New Brighton is sure to provide all of your summertime essentials at an affordable price. From specials on produce, dairy, beverages, household products, and more. You won't sweat these prices at Fisher's. Don't want to put a pause on your poolside fun? Order your groceries online at shop.grocerystorenewbrighton.com. Fisher's Foodland in New Brighton, your reliable neighborhood grocery store.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer-battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the outdoor patio. Check out their award-winning menu online for lunch, dinner, or a special night out. This football season, hang out with your friends at the Hangar, the best-kept secret in Moon Township at 500 Flaherty Run Road.
Has your smile recently been intercepted by a bad cavity, stains, or damage that's been driving you crazy? Don't worry. Dr. Timothy Lip in Lip Dentistry is the Hail Mary your teeth have been needing. Located in Beaver Falls and Robinson Township, Lip Dentistry has been a trusted business for families in the greater Pittsburgh area to touch down at for over 2 decades. Make sure to rush over to lipdentistry.com and register for an appointment today and get 25% off your first cleaning. Don't fumble the opportunity to make Lip Dentistry your office of the future and make an appointment today.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their community's best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing Beaver County through their strong relationships with their community's best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more employees Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Welcome back to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show. I'm Mangino. Down on the sideline is Tank Latham and Frank Salapak here in the booth with me. Mike Azadian is busy and unable to join us for this historic occasion here at Rich Niedbala Field for the first time ever. We're playing under the lights on a Friday. And Frank, let's talk about Southside and these Rams and this wing tee offense. They've played this wing tee exclusively, except for maybe a couple of years. They dabble with going with the spread. But the entire time that Luke Travelpiece has been here, it's been all about the wing tee. And he has had remarkable success with an offense that is not easily picked up. It takes a while to be able to really get kids understanding this, even when they play up through a program like this. It's still, at this level, a difficult offense to run.
It is, but his kids have shown a great aptitude for learning and excelling and executing over the last couple of years, and that's really driven them to some high expectations, not only what they achieved the last 2 years, but coming into this year here in Class 1A. And it just comes down to those kids have expectations. The underclassmen look to the upperclassmen, and they look and study hard, work and study hard, so that when their number's called, they can fill in.
We were down at Acrisure for the WPIAL championship game in 1A against Fort Cherry. Brody Almachi and his performance there. In fact, all season long, there was a big question mark, okay, who's going to fill his shoes? And then it turned out it was going to be Will Morgan. But then Morgan gets hurt. It hurts his collarbone. He's out for the entire season. Next thing you know, you have a freshman you're going to in Dawson Frazier. And as a freshman, they were still able to come out with a winning record, do extremely well, winning record in the conference. Just remarkable what Luke Travelpiece is able to do with this team and find the talent that can run the offense he runs.
Yeah, and whenever you're talking about freshman quarterbacks, we watched a freshman quarterback on this field last year, Mike and I, and you could tell that he was a little skittish, fumbled several snaps. You don't see that, and I think that is because of the preparation that Coach Travelpiece has with this team, even being able to get a freshman up to speed very quickly.
And they have a lot of talent when it comes to running the ball. There are some offenses, if you can key on one guy, you've got them handled. But when it comes to Southside, 5 different guys ran the ball last week with rushes of a total of 35 yards in the game. And their number one running back in Andrew Corfield, who is an all-conference on both sides of the ball, didn't even rush that many times. He only had 4 rushes for the entire game for 33 yards.
Yeah, but they, as a group, they averaged 8.5 yards per game or per yard per play. They rush for more than 30 times. They're spreading the ball around to these very talented, very quick backs. Tonight, the challenge is going to be their line is a little bit smaller than Western Beavers. Can the line create the holes that are necessary for those guys to get to the next level and add up those big yards?
What's going to be necessary for them to be able to do that with this misdirection? Is it all about leverage and points of contact and getting those angles?
Yeah, I think it's that. It's also, making sure that, on the misdirection, you're really selling out and putting a good fake in there so the defense thinks you're moving one way while the ball's going the other.
All right, let's check in with Tank Latham on the sideline. Tank, when it comes to Southside, the great performance last week and coming out victorious as well in their victory over Stowe Rocks. Now they're looking at making it 2 wins in a row and put a damper on this big celebration here tonight. What do you know about Southside?
Well, I was watching them during pregame, and they all seemed very ready to go. They all seem very athletic. I heard you guys saying that, or they're going to be able to keep up with the line play. Like I said, they may have a smaller line, but they seem very physical. They seem very athletic. So they're those utilitarian players that are able to plug and play and go in all kinds of different directions. And I was watching the quarterback play. Honestly, all 3 of those quarterbacks they had playing looked really good. So we're in for a good game tonight, folks. I really think it's going to be a close one.
Thank you very much. It's interesting that a team that only has 35 guys really goes 3 deep at quarterback.
Yeah, that is interesting. It just shows you that at that position they value the different skills that each one of them brings, whether it is the ability to pass, whether it is the ability to get a clean handoff to the backs or even keep it and run yourself. Last week they only threw 1 time, and that was sophomore Todd Medajevich, and he threw 1 pass for 45 yards. I'm sure they're going to need a few more passing attempts and passing yards out of him tonight.
And what they can do so well is really lull you into this idea that they're going to run. You're so focused on the misdirection on the run play that if they decide to go play action, they can go deep like that one play they did last week.
Yeah, you're right. You got to, if you're Western Beaver, you're coming in and trying to shut down the lanes. You're trying to figure out who that ball's going to and which directions he's going, and that does give an opportunity for a little misdirection for the quarterback to find an open man running downfield, especially if the cornerbacks and the free safeties start cheating down.
Rich Niebala Field is where we are tonight for the first time ever. Lights. This field is named after the head coach of the Western Beaver Golden Beavers, who won his own WPIAL titles back in 76, 83, and in 94. We'll come back. We'll take a look at some matchups from around the valley coming up, and the big anticipated return, Coach Mike Warfield back on the sidelines with Aliquippa. That and a whole lot more coming up on the Fishers New Brighton Foodland pregame show on Beaver County Radio.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Falling in love is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall in love, that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Aliquippa program. Now in its 4th year, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. Drug-Free Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
If the black and gold can get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is now open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced and highly trained staff is here to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop on down to Beaver County's newest firearm store, Tri-State Sporting Arms, at 807 3rd Avenue, New Brighton, or check them out on Facebook.
Attention seniors! Did you know that by being a part of Silver Sneakers, you can receive a Beaver County YMCA membership for no additional cost? More than 16 million Medicare members have access to the Silver Sneakers program. Just give our member service representatives a call, and we'll take care of the rest. For more information, give us a call at 724-891-8439. Again, that's 724-891-8439.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
Welcome back to the Fishers New Brighton Foodland pregame show. I'm Mangino. Frank Saddleback with me here in the broadcast booth. Tank Latham down on the sideline. Mike Azadian not able to join us. He is indisposed this evening. Let's take a look at the Friday Transportation Update Desk and games around the valley to be paying attention to. And Aliquippa Bell Vernon, we were going to call this game last year, but the weather wasn't cooperating when the game was in Aliquippa. It's down in Bell Vernon, and they have two coaches that are new coaches, kind of. Mike Warfield back at Aliquippa and Matt Umbert that coached Bell Vernon to 2 state championships, decided, all right, being AD's enough. And besides, I have a wife and kids. I got to spend some time, at least a little bit of time with them. So, Aliquippa Bell Vernon, what do you expect out of that game tonight?
That's going to be a great game. My money's on Aliquippa, and for one reason. They have won 17 straight opening games. And Mike Warfield is back. The team really loves playing for him, and I think we're going to see the score run up today.
Ambridge is looking to be able to get this season back on track after the disappointing loss last week. They're in the Laurel Highlands taking on the Mustangs. How hopeful are you that Ambridge is going to get the victory here tonight?
It's my alma mater, and I think it's going to be another rough night for them. I hate to say it.
All right, Beaver and Blackhawk. We had Blackhawk last week. They played Beaver Falls. Beaver Falls, it's amazing what 1 year can do. Last year, they gave up 30 points a game. That's how much they lost by on average. And last week they lost by just 2 in a nail biter all the way down to the end. But you have Beaver that had a really difficult time last week. These two teams, Beaver and Blackhawk, coming together. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good test, see how good Blackhawk is. I think Beaver will give them a good test. Hard to say which one's going to win, but I'm going with Blackhawk.
Coach Mooney and the Tigers, they are going to play host to Imani Christian Academy, and this is going to be a tough one tonight.
I think it's a tough one, but I think Beaver Falls showed us some possibilities last week against Blackhawk, right? They hung in there after last year having a really rough season. I think this will be a good test to see how far they've come, but it might be a tough night for them.
Central Valley, these past 2 years, last year and this year, because the schedules are the same from last year, they just flipped. If you were home, you're away. If you're away, now you're home. So now they get to play Thomas Jefferson tonight, the WPIAL champion from last year, and Chirpek, he doesn't take seasons off.
Yeah, and they're playing up 4A against Thomas Jefferson, but I think for Coach Lyons, this is always part of the thing. Play tough competition in your exhibition season. That prepares you for your section play.
Elwood City and Shenango, they play tonight, and they are in Shenango.
That's going to be a good game, and, Elwood City, I think they're going to make a victory tonight.
Rochester surprised a lot of people last week with their performance. They take on the Freedom Bulldogs. Kickoff in just a couple of minutes.
That's going to be two teams that are 0-1. Rochester is, they don't have a lot of players this year. I think they only have 18, as we discussed on Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Could be the first win for Freedom.
Newcastle, they played up. They're in 4A. They played up in Big Penn Hills, a 5A school. Very close game. However, they are getting ready to match up coming up tonight, and I got to scroll to it, against Hopewell and the Vikings, and they have a quarterback themselves that's really able to sling that ball around.
James Armstrong threw for 235 yards last week. Hopewell is making a turn based on the talent that they have a quarterback and other skill positions. This is a great test for Hopewell. They may lose, but I think they're going to be prepared for a good section run this year.
Moon and Montour, that should be a good game tonight. They're playing in Montour.
Always a good game between those two rivalries, so I think Moon looks like they'll probably win that game on my books.
We will be paying attention to the scores for Summit Academy and New Brighton as they play tonight. Fort Cherry and Ulsh are in Moon, and Riverside playing host to Northgate. And also we have this game tonight, Southside and Western Beaver under the lights. And joining us, see if we can make this happen here. Grab that headset right there. How are you, sweetheart? Not the person who's about to speak on the microphone. I was talking to, I believe, his little one here. But Coach, State Representative Josh Kale joining us. Welcome. Good to have you here in the booth.
It's great to be watching football on Friday night here in Western Beaver.
Nobody's ever done this before.
Not in Western Beaver, no. And when they came to me and told me about this project that they wanted some support for, I was surprised that, it had been such a long-standing project and they just couldn't get it across the finish line. So we put a little a lot of effort into it, making sure that we can get this done, man. I played high school football, and Friday nights, they're for the boys. They're for high school football in Western Pennsylvania, and I'm glad that we could help out without raising any taxes. I'm looking forward to watching the game tonight.
So all those state taxes that we all pay, there's some good that comes out of it, right?
Yeah, it can't all go to Philadelphia, right?
That's right.
We got to get some back to Western Pennsylvania. So anytime I get a chance to do that, I try and take it.
Frank, I noticed that you were watching what was happening on the coin toss as we were talking here. It looks as though that Western Beaver is going to receive it. Did they win the toss?
They won the toss and took the ball.
All right, so Southside ready to kick this ball off. And it looks as though Meladia Pavlovich is going to kick this thing off. Meladia, the younger sister to Matea Pavlovich, the great kicker here out of Southside. Kickoff down to the 23-yard line, cuts it back over midfield, looking for some room, trying to find the angle, and is brought down right around the 34, 35-yard line. So we're going to have the Western Beaver Golden Beavers starting off at their own 34, maybe 35-yard line to get things started.
Yeah, and Braden Mayo did receive that kickoff, and he zigged and zagged and picked up about 7 or 8 yards to put the ball at the 39-yard line.
So, Rep, have you ever had an opportunity to be in the broadcast booth before?
I have not been in the broadcast booth before. I'm excited to be here. So the head coach for Southside I played football with at Geneva.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Mr. Travel Piece. So he was a running back. I was a fullback. We spent a lot of time together, and I was told both these teams are looking to have quality seasons, and it's going to be a good early test for both of them. I'm looking forward to watching.
We are looking forward to it as well, and we got them set up here in formation and spread formation. Takes the snap, hands it off, and Wyatt Sparbain over the left side, able to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more on that play. Southside able to sniff that out.
Yeah, it looked like one of the linebackers, Paul Polcher, came in and made the tackle. No yards gained.
Amari Marshall, once again, the quarterback, and Wyatt Sparbain in the backfield with him. He's also joined by Braden Mayo that will be in the backfield as well. The front line, Aiden Hall, Damian Lutton, Tyson Davis, Logan Kane, and Blaine Crislip, providing all the protection for Marshall and opening up those holes. Takes a snap, hands it off, and stuck behind the line of scrimmage. That was a big stop. Brady Mayo losing about a yard or two. It looks as though Anthony Hay came up and made that hit.
Lucian Williams split the line and got there first, and then, as you mentioned, he cleaned it up.
Yeah, Lucian, a big guy for Southside. One of the star captains for this team. He's going to be very critical in plugging up that middle. Anthony Haig, a great performance last week. 5 tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss. Amari Marshall takes the snap, looking down the left side. It looks as though he's going to go over the middle. Has a guy and not able to complete it. My goodness, Aiden Vula had it and then dropped it. If he would have caught it, he may have gone for 6.
Aiden Vola found the opening coming across the middle. The cornerback kind of cut to the inside. If he would have caught it, he was gone.
Yeah, that was a wonderful play set up. The ball was there, maybe just a little bit outside of his reach, but a great play there on third down that could have been rather remarkable. But instead, it sets up a 4th and 11 and punt formation for the Golden Beavers.
You know, these first couple of plays, you try to establish a line of scrimmage, get out there, get a feel for the game, get in your mode.
Snap back high, gets it away. End over end kick, hits the ground around the 33-yard line. Then they'll let it bounce and roll all the way down inside the 23-yard line. So Southside gets it, and we'll find out what they do in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Al's Corner is not just for gas. That's right. They offer gas, of course, but also fresh food and snacks every day. Let Al's do the cooking. They make fresh subs on their homemade bread daily. They offer hot foods like tacos, fish on Friday, plus wraps, salads, and more. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make a visit to Al's Corner in Koppel. Call Al's today to place your order. Make your football party be the envy of your family and friends. Follow them on Facebook for their daily specials. That's Al's Corner on the corner off Route 18 and 351 in Koppel.
And we're back. Southside under center, quick toss, and a flag on the play. Motion by Southside. We're broadcasting from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth on Beaver County Radio. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show. And now it's Southside backing it up 5 yards. Now it's a 1st and 15 from their own 18-yard line. Ball's on the near hash mark. They're going from right to left. And what a beautiful night for football. I mean, the skies are just absolutely gorgeous. The temperatures are perfect. And we're watching football here tonight. Dawson Frazier under center. A little bit of misdirection. Toss out to the left-hand side. And a big pickup. Andrew Corfield, first rush, able to get what looks to be about 13 yards on first down.
Yeah, he got around the corner and got into the second level, and Nathan Vola made a nice tackle, but it wasn't until he picked up 8 yards.
So we're looking at 2nd and 2. Ball's on the 31-yard line, near hash mark once again, right to left. Southside comes out. Wing T formation. Everybody's in tight. Nobody split out wide. They run one tight end in motion. Man in motion now. Around the right side. Trying to get an angle, but great stop by Western Beaver to bring him down for a loss. That was an attempt by Amari Moman off of that left wing, but he was tackled for about a yard loss on that play.
Yeah, Avon Presley came up from his off of his man on the corner and came in and made the stop.
Look at that, Mr. Presley letting his presence be known already.
He hasn't left the building.
No, he has not. My guess is he's not going to leave for quite a while. His aunt came up and said, I want to make sure you pronounce my nephew's name correctly. And I said, yes, ma'am. We're going to do our best. And if I ever mess it up, I'll just refer to him as Mr. Presley. And now Southside has it once again. 3rd and a long 2. Everybody's in tight except for one wide receiver off to the right side, the left side. Corfield has it over that left side one more time. He's able to get over the first down yard marker and all the way out to the 41-yard line. They're going to have to figure out a way of being able to recognize where Corfield is and be able to stop that play, because that's 2 big plays that he's had already this evening.
13 yards on his first gain, and it looks like he picked up about another 9 on that one. So 2 good runs when Corfield came off the corner.
Representative Kale, you were saying that they're trying to fill each other out here. It looks as though Southside wants to do a little bit more than just play a little bit of basic chess. They're looking to come out here and really start striking. Dive play right up the middle. Curtis Roy takes the ball, able to pick up about 2 yards. He's stuffed up in the middle. And the ball now around the 44-yard line, setting up a second down.
And absolutely, playing against the wing T, it's all about discipline. And Western Beavers trying to establish that discipline, try and stop this wing T offense.
The wing T, now they send out one wide receiver wide to the right side. Everybody else is in tight. Andrew Corfield to the right and Amari Moman to the left. Rotation moving around. Moman has it over that right side, able to pick up a couple of blocks and gets pulled along a little bit. Anthony Haig on the offensive side of the ball was trying to drive Moman and said, come on, we're going this way. And able to pick up a couple of yards on that play.
Yeah, Moman did a nice job. I mean, they're really doing a great job coming across with that misdirection, giving that little handoff, and when they cut off of that corner, they're picking up 7-8 yards at a pop.
7:45 to go in a running clock. 3rd down, about 4 yards to go. We'll call it maybe 5. The ball's at the 47, almost the 48-yard line. They have to get to the Western Beaver 48, just about to that marker. Man in motion. Frazier rolling out. He has room. Is he going to throw? He is. Has a man open. And the ball, are they going to say it was caught? Cole McCoy with the reception all the way down to the 37-yard line.
Nice rollout for the quarterback. Got into space, got a little throw low. Great pickup by the receiver.
And that's a very tough, difficult rollout, especially for a young high school quarterback to be able to roll to your left. You're right-handed. You have to plant your feet and then release the ball. And he did a good job making that completion. First down, ball on the near hash mark, 37-yard line. Toss out to Corfield. He's going to come around this left side again. And the stop after a pickup of about 3 yards. Western Beaver was ready for that Corfield run over the left side. Andrew Corfield, a 4-year starter. Last week, 4 rushes for 33 yards. He's already at 3 rushes on the night tonight. He's going to be playing a bit more, at least touching the ball a bit more than he did last week.
They have been mixing it up between Corfield and Moman. And Morgan, had that nice come out of the pocket to be 1-for-1 and moving the ball here.
2nd and 7, 6:15, running clock. Ball in the near hash mark. Toss out the Corfield, double, it throws a reverse back to Amari Moman. He gets the outside edge, big first down pickup. He's all the way inside the 25-yard line, close to the 24. So they ran Corfield to the left, and then they tossed it back to Moman, who was able to get around that right side. If you have that over pursuit, it's a perfect opportunity to be able to get a big pickup.
Mangino, what did we say earlier? Misdirection, right?
Yes.
That was run perfectly, the execution, right? Everybody was chasing to the left, and the ball ended up going back to the right.
One wide receiver is down to the near side, ball on the far hash mark. Dive play up the middle and a short pickup. What looks like Curtis Roy on the carry, able to get maybe 2-3 yards on the play down to the 21.
And Carter Marshall, the linebacker, came up for Western Beaver and made the stop, but not until after he picked up 2 yards.
Representative Kale, how difficult is this for the defensive line to be able to stand up to this, to just constant ground and pound?
It's all about discipline. Going against the wing T, just because of what you guys were talking about earlier, it's just very tricky, and you got to make sure you keep to your assignments and training.
Everybody in tight. Frazier hands it off to Corfield over that left side and is able to get first down yardage. He's all the way down inside to the 13-yard line. So it's interesting. You see a series of plays where they hand it off to Corfield over the left side. He's successful. Then they finally stop him. Then they run a reverse to go the other way. Oh, you think you have us stopped over here? We're going to go back around the other way. And then, oh, by goodness, here they go. We're going to give Corfield the ball again.
We do have an injury timeout. I can't make out the number. But the thing about Corfield is it looked like he was going to take it all the way out around the edge, but he made a cut back inside and picked up the first down by grabbing another 10 yards.
All right, while there is a player on the field, it looks as though it may just be a cramp, and hopefully it is. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back on Beaver County Radio. Scores knotted up at 0 with 4:57 to go in the first quarter.
If you or someone you know is experiencing homelessness or a housing-related crisis in Beaver County, help is just a call away. The cornerstone of Beaver County provides a pathway home through emergency shelter, housing and utility assistance, and basic needs. To access help or to support the cornerstone of Beaver County's work to ensure housing and hope for everyone in our community, visit cornerstonebeaver.org or call 724-846-6400.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Aliquippa program. Now in its 4th year, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. Drug-Free Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
We're knotted up at 0. Western Beaver and Southside, and the Western Beaver player able to come off the field. And let's go down to Tank Latham once again. Tank, with the Lisa Latham team brokered by eXp Realty sideline report. What are you assessing down there on this line of scrimmage?
Down on this line of scrimmage, Southside is just basically overpowering Western Beaver right now. They are basically making sure that the ends are being covered, and they're just blowing them back. And then Southside is bringing their lead backs, and they're just falling right behind and following the blocks. Right now, Southside's winning the physical battle, offense and defense.
Dawson Frazier with a handoff to Amari Moman over the right side, and got great penetration from Western Beaver, just not able to grab him for that tackle for loss. Instead, he was able to pick up 4, almost 5 on that play.
Yeah, they continue to move the ball. Moman made a nice cut in between the tackle and center and picked up another 3 yards.
So they're going to call it a 2nd and 7. Frazier under center. Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver to the near side. Dive play right up the middle to Curtis Roy over that right side. He breaks it out. He's all the way down inside the 1-yard line. 1st and goal now for Southside. They are so methodical on this. They're almost making it look like it's too easy right now.
They're, right now, Western Beaver does not seem to have an answer on the defensive line because they're confused where the ball's going. Is it going to go outside? Is it going to cut inside? That time it was a straight power right up over the center.
And as a defense and offensive line and linebackers, you're watching the people in front of you, and you got to stay disciplined on where their feet are going, not where you think the ball is going.
A jump by Western Beaver, It's going to move the ball a little further, a couple of inches, but that's about it. But what's interesting about that call, that snap, that barking out that call to get Western Beaver to jump, this could be advantageous. Tell me what you think about this. If they're trying to be a little less antsy about coming off the ball, it makes it easier for the offensive line to blow off the ball.
Yeah, it certainly puts them on their heels a little bit, but at the same time, if you go false start, it's 5 yards back. Offsides is 2 inches.
Dive play, and it's for a touchdown. Once again, right up the middle for Southside and number 21, Curtis Roy, on that play. And it looks as though they're going to go for the extra point here. Melania Pavlovich, last week, according to the Southside stats, she was 6 of 7 for extra points. And talking to some coaches, and she takes after her brother, who's now at Syracuse.
Yeah, kicking at Syracuse. Good for him.
He is so good with a tremendously powerful leg, and now she's here filling in his shoes now and making a mark for herself. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's blocked. Blocked at the line of scrimmage. And it means it's now 6-0. It'll stay that way. 3:31 to go in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge, to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
3:31 to go in the first quarter, and it's Southside on top of Western Beaver. Western Beaver, their first possession, it was basically a 3-and-out. Lost a couple of yards on that possession. They punted it away to Southside, and Southside took it and rolled with it. They had that initial penalty, false start, motion, if you will, and backed them up 1st and 15 to get the drive started. And once they got that through that, it was just run, except for a one pass play. And they drove it all the way down, and they've gone up 6-0 now, Southside over Western Beaver.
Great drive by Southside. One, like you said, one pass and 12 rushes for a touchdown.
Kick taken at the 30-yard line, straight up the middle, and out to about the 38. So Western Beaver now with possession of this ball, coming off that possession from Southside. And Representative Kale, what do you think about what Western Beaver, is there at a position now where, okay, we got to really do something here?
Yeah, they faced a little bit of adversity here early in the game. Southside had a really nice drive. Western Beaver got a little bit stalled. But football's about adversity and responding to it. And I tell my kids all the time, the most important play is the next one. They got to get out there, execute on their offense, and see if they can respond.
Fried Transportation Update Desk, latest score that has come through. New Brighton over Summit Academy. How about this one? 6-0, New Brighton.
Great start for New Brighton. New coach has them fired up and playing well.
Amari Marshall in the shotgun. Sparbane on his hip. He takes it, dive right up the middle. Makes a couple of moves. Nice hole on that play, all the way out to what looks to be the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 8 on that play.
Yeah, the offensive line opened up a nice hole, and he just got to the next level very quickly.
I think officially they're going to call it 7 yards. He's just beyond the 46. They need to get to the 49 for a first down. So they're going to call it 2nd and 3. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, running clock. Wide receivers split wide to the top and to the bottom. And now a reverse play going around that left side. He has the angle. Does he have room? He does. Nice first down pickup all the way into Southside territory.
Here he comes.
Here he comes back to the other side. He has the wedge. He makes a man miss at the 40, keeps on going to the 30, all the way to 35 and 20, and finally pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. It looked as though they had him down on the far side of the field around the 48, and he was able to make a man miss, keep his feet, and then make it all the way back across the field to the near side and all the way inside red zone territory.
Avon Presley broke through the line, got over to the far sideline, and when everybody thought he was stepping out of bounds, he did a little spin and cut back all the way across the field, and that turned out to be, almost a 45-yard run.
Marshall to Sparbane up the middle. and is able to pick up some positive yardage there down inside the 15-yard line. Pick up about 3. That was a remarkable run, wasn't it?
A great run. He let us know that Presley's still in the building.
That's right.
Driving down the field, facing adversity. We'll see how they can finish this drive. It's an important point in the game here.
How much does momentum really play a role?
High school football a lot. High school football plays a lot of. It's confidence. You build confidence. You have success. Success breeds success. And for these young men to see success like this, gets them back into the game. For Southside, it's adversity. You got to face it, face the challenge, and respond.
2nd and 8, ball outside the 14-yard line. Takes a snap, swings it out to the right side. Reception around the 9-yard line and taken down inside the 9, maybe down to the 8. That was a good passing catch by Western Beaver, Amari Marshall, out to his receiver.
Yeah, that was out to Kai Hudson.
Nice catch by Kai.
Yeah, nice catch and run. Picked up of looks like about 8 yards.
Minute 30 to go on a running clock. Everybody's in tight for Western Beaver. Amari Marshall, full house backfield behind him. Wyatt Sparbain, the tailback, takes it. Dive play up the middle. Actually, Braden Mayo. Brea Mayo gets it down inside the 5-yard line. So Western Beaver saying, all right, fine, that first possession, we didn't do all that much. That's true. But you're going to come down and score on us. We're going to come right back at you and get it down deep into red zone territory. And they're looking at a 2nd and goal from the 5.
Mangino, well, we got a second here. The injured player for Western Beaver was their free safety, Nathan Vola. Came off very gingerly with the help of 2 guys. Looks like an ankle they're working on down here.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to just tape him back up and get him back in the game. And now Marshall takes a snap, follows his running back.
He got room.
Looks as though he got the end zone. He does. Right over left tackle, ran over Aiden Hall and Damian Lutton. And nobody touched him until he crossed the plane of the end zone. It's now tied up at 6 with 35.9 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Quarterback keeper. It was like the waves parted. Nobody touched him. He went in untouched.
What an important drive, responding after that initial drive by Southside, letting them know they're still in this game. They're struggling with the wing T, stopping it on defense. The response got to be to score points, and looks like they're going to be here all night trying to do just that.
One of the things that people aren't going to be able to appreciate on radio, unless you're watching on Facebook and on our YouTube channel, Beaver County Radio, is that with the lights now, there are light celebrations that get to be a part of the festivities for the games too. They're set up for the extra point, snap, hold, kick, and blocked.
Snap.
And now we're still knotted up at 6. It's all tied up, 6 apiece, Western Beaver and Southside. The kickoff in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Looking for that special home or wanting to sell yours? Let the Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty, help you. Hi, I'm Tank Latham, and our goal is to make you feel comfortable whether buying or selling. Lisa and I strive to make the process as smooth and as easy as possible. We invite you to visit the all-new eXp office located at 926 3rd Avenue, New Brighton. Give us a call at 724-307-5472. Check out Beaver County home inventory on our website, lisalatham.com. The Lisa Latham team, results that move you.
We're welcoming you back. It's tied up at 6, a little over 35 seconds to go until the end of the first quarter, and they're getting ready for the kickoff. And we're joined in the booth by State Representative Josh Kale, who played a major role in making all of this happen, that we're actually able to play games on Friday nights. And you played football as a high school
guy.
I did.
I played Thursday nights. I played Friday nights. I played Saturday in college. There's nothing like Friday night football. It's the best football of my life, some of the best times of my life. Being out here on the field with the sun going down, with your community around you. And now Southside got an opportunity here to respond, facing some adversity themselves. Let's see if Western Beaver can handle that wing T offense.
The kick is away and taken around the 23, 24-yard line and run right up the middle. Does he have the wedge? He gets out to the 40-yard line and a few yards further than that, all the way out to the 45. So Southside has great field position. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line right between the hash marks.
Thorne Johnson with the run back, nice little run back for him, was able to keep muscling his way. They needed to gang tackle him to get it down.
It's an important series for Western. They struggled with the wing tee last series. They got to show that they can defend it. If not, they're going to have to score a lot of points tonight.
And now Western Beaver, they have one lone.
With the wing tee last series, they're going to have to score a lot.
Western Beaver, free safety, a corner out here on the one wide receiver that's out wide to the and in motion. Dawson Frazier keeps it, rolls, has a man wide open. Does he make the connection? He does. Great catch by Amari Moman coming from his left wingback position, and a pickup of 8. He kind of lobbed it up there and gave the defensive back time to be able to close on that one. Big hit, too.
Yeah, Amari Marshall, the quarterback, right, just ran it in for a touchdown. He didn't get fooled by that misdirection. What could have been a touchdown turned into only an 8-yard gain because he came up from his safety position and made the tackle.
And Southside saw what you were talking about. Western Beaver loads the box up. Southside decides to pass. They're seeing the same stuff you are. They're making adjustments.
And right now we're calling it the end of the first quarter. 6-6 at the end of one. Western Beaver and Southside on Beaver County Radio.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union with a sizzling update. Hot weather can be uncomfortable, especially when your air conditioning needs fixed. Hot deals, well, that's a different story, right? Friendly Federal Credit Union is offering hot deals on home equity loans. Now, about that air conditioning, beat the heat and get the money to fix the thing with a hot deal home equity loan at Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Southside has it, second, and we're calling a short 2 at the 47-yard line. Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver, wide to the top side. Ball near hash mark, flag comes out, and it looks as though offside on Western Beaver. They just gave them a free first down.
That was the second time they've done that. Don't know. I didn't see if he jumped or he lined up offside.
He must have touched him. I don't know why it would be. He stopped that ball. Yeah, encroachment. He touched him.
And that's referee John Ludwig with the call.
Southside's been moving. They don't need any help from Western if Western's going to stop this offense.
Former state trooper John Ludwig was a Pennsylvania state trooper.
Dawson Frazier under center. Corfield in motion. Dive play to Roy right up the middle. He has plenty of room all the way inside the 30-yard line. Pickup of what looks to be about 13 yards on that play. And it was really opened up because Andrew Corfield went in motion. Everybody keyed Corfield, and they gave it to Roy, and he had nobody to stop him.
My eyes followed Corfield going across. I thought he handed off. That's how good Marshall is at that fake.
They're tricky.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Dawson Frazier is really good at that. Man in motion once again. This time Corfield does get it over that left side. Runs into a guy, spins, and still able to pick up some real nice yardage all the way down to the 25-yard line.
And we're watching
Corfield, the workhorse tonight.
I'm sorry, we're watching it from up here. Imagine what it's like being right there in front of it with all these players going every which way. And it's tough because you don't play every team that plays a wing tee offense. So you're preparing in camp for normal offenses and you go into this.
Southside, 2nd and 6 to go. Second quarter, 11:20, running clock, ball in the near hash mark. Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver, motion, and a dive play up the middle. That one to Curtis Roy and pick up of a couple of yards. And he's within about a yard, maybe a yard and a half of the first down marker. So a 3rd and 1 for Southside. And at this point, you could run whatever you want to. They've been so successful at running every play.
Highly disciplined. Coach Travel Peace has these boys playing tonight, running this offense. They are very disciplined. And when it's a disciplined wing tee, it is tough to stop if you're not used to playing it.
It almost looks like they're looking for Corfield to get the ball, and then it's a surprise whenever Roy gets it.
And how about that one?
Just getting
that
6-7
was really
yards at a
late
time.
on that one to Amari Molman. It was one of those ones where, once again, it's difficult up here to know who's getting the ball until you figure out maybe a couple of yards downfield. Oh, my goodness, that went to Molman this time.
And when you're playing defense against it, you can't really believe what your eyes are telling you. You have an assignment, you have to stick to that assignment, but the temptation is to follow where players are going, and that's why you have to hold your discipline to really win against this type of offense.
I actually thought Frazier still had the ball.
I did too. Frazier hands it off. No, he doesn't. He fakes it around that left side following Corfield all the way out to the first down marker on the corner. A late flag. They're going to add 15 yards to that one. Wow, what a great fake on the dive play. And then Dawson Frazier keeps it, runs it over that left side following Corfield, who became his lead blocker, able to get that edge for the first down marker. And now we're going to wait to hear what John Ludwig says was the final call on those two flags that we saw.
I remember playing the wing tee in high school, and my assignment as a defensive lineman, every play was just to hit the fullback, hit the fullback, hit the fullback. And then you'd get bored doing it because they never had the ball according to what you thought. And then one time they give it to the fullback and you're out chasing a running back. And that's why you got to keep your discipline doing wing tee offense.
So they gave him the first down pickup of 10, and now they gave him another halfway to the goal, goal to the 5.
All right, first and goal at the 5-yard line for Southside. 10:02 to go in the second quarter. Frazier under center. Dive up the middle, and this time Western Beaver read it. And what a great stop. That looked like a Damian Lutton. Was that who it was that got that play?
Yeah, Damian Lutton and Aiden Hall closed in and kept it to no gain. Good defensive stand there.
Timely stop.
And that was that example of what you were told. You were
That's
just saying, you play nose, you got to go ahead and hit the fullback every single time.
And he did that time.
Yes, he did. He happened to have the ball.
It's hard to not follow your eyes.
Frazier under center. Decides to hand it off out to Corfield. Corfield, touchdown. That was easy. Nobody touched him over that left side. Andrew Corfield for a touchdown for Southside. They are now up 12-6. You look at a couple of key penalties, offsides, and then the penalty after the play when he was going out of bounds. 2 flags came there. You just can't do anything to give Southside any more advantage on
When
this.
your defense is struggling, you got to play no fouls, no penalties, and try and get some turnovers. That's going to be key to this game is who gets those turnovers because both offenses look like they're playing pretty well right now.
Pavlovich to kick. Here comes the snap. The hold, the kick is up, and it's blocked. The timing was just not right on that extra point attempt. And so far, the extra points have not been successful all night long. We've had 3 attempts and 3 misses. So
it's early in the season.
12-6. It is. 9:28 to go until the end of the quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Not to be cheesy or anything, but Al's Pizza of Beaver County has deals, specials, and delicious options that'll blow your mind. Try Al's Deep Dish, a mouth-watering pie loaded with 2 pounds of cheese and Al's renowned pizza sauce. Looking to feed the whole fam? Al's Dinner Box with a half tray of 1-topping Sicilian pizza and a half tray of cheesy breadsticks is perfect for your family dinner tonight. Even if pizza isn't your thing, stop in and try the delicious Granny Franny Meatball Sub. Delivery from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Order today or stop in at Al's and try the best pizza pies Beaver County has to offer.
We'll get a snack and sometime.
Here we go. 12-6 Southside over Western Beaver. 9:28 to go until the halftime is here. And the halftime show brought to you by Al's Pizza. And we'll be talking about the latest scores from around the county at the Fry's Transportation Update Desk. We'll get a sneak peek at the CCBC players of the game, those who were the front runners for that title. And we'll also check in with Tank Latham. He'll have his interviews with the coaches, winning coach going into half and the trailing coach coming out of half. Kickoff for Southside. Paxton Short with the kick. It's high, and it's taken at the 25-yard line. Coming over our way. Has a wedge, but can't get all the way around and only able to get to about the 35. Here comes a late flag. A late flag on that one. They may be backing them up.
No, I actually think it's going to be against the kicking
Southside?
team. I think number 9, Brooks Mizek, I think it was a late hit trying to.
It's either that or a horse collar.
Okay,
it looked
I see.
like it could have been both, actually. I'm not sure if they called the late hit or not. But that was a late flag throw for that horse collar. It happened earlier, then they threw it a little later, and it looks like that's what they're going to be calling.
Good eyes. I saw. It looked like to me that was a shoulder pad, not a horse collar, but good eyes by you.
John Ludwig on the call, and yes, you are absolutely right. It was a horse collar.
It looked like it was a good eye.
And they're going to move the ball all the way out near midfield. But so Western Beaver having it around the, looks like the 48, 49-yard line.
Where he threw the flag, it looked like it could have been a late hit call as well, because there was some extracurricular scuffling occurring on this side of the field.
So you saw what I saw?
I did. Yep.
I just, on the horse collar, I thought he had the side of his shoulder pads.
Ball on the near hash mark. Handoff. Up over this left side. And Sparabane trying to find some room. Able to get to about the 49 of Southside. They're going to keep on walking back. The linesman keeps on coming back the other way. They're going to give him a pickup of 1 on that ball to the 50.
And Alex Schreier, the cornerback, did make a nice coming back up and leaving his cornerback position and making a stick at the line of scrimmage.
And there was a hole there, and you got to hit it. You can't dance around the hole. You got to hit it quick and go for it. And this guy got speed, and he's got to hit that hole when it opens up.
Amari Marshall once again in the pistol formation with Wyatt Sparabane behind him. Dive play up the middle, has a hole, able to get to the 45-yard line all the way into the 40. That was a big run by Wyatt Sparabane last week. He averaged 20 yards a carry. They need another performance from him like that tonight.
Yeah, he did. That was his best run of the evening. He picked up about 13 on that one. And he carried 3 runners with him. He doesn't look like a big guy, but he had 3 defenders that he was dragging on his heels.
He got strength. He got speed. Good back.
From the Fry Transportation Update desk, New Brighton up 14-8 over Summit Academy, and Central Valley is winning against Thomas Jefferson. Big run. This one, Amari Marshall making men miss. He's able to pick up first down yardage and a whole lot more all the way down to the 26-yard line, running over that right side.
20-yard gain. I guess I think Southside got caught looking into the backfield thinking the ball was going to go to Sparabane, and Amari Marshall just ran right up the gut for 20 yards.
They've been watching Southside with all that trickery, and it looks like they tried a little themselves, and it worked out.
Marshall and Sparabane on his right hip. Hands it out to Sparabane, trying to get outside, and they string it out. Can he make a man miss? He does a couple dances and is able to get big yardage. He may go for the touchdown. He did.
Wow.
They had him stopped. He kept on moving. The feet were dancing from side to side. Made a number of men miss and able to get into the end zone for a touchdown.
The kid runs like a water bug. He's in one place, and all of a sudden he's in another place very quickly. It looks like he's running backwards, and he's going sideways, and he goes forward. He's quick. He's quick.
Wyatt Sparabane, what a performance he is putting on so far in this first half.
2 players missed him in the backfield. Once he got through that, it looked like he was got up in the line, but you called it right. He just got out to the sideline and made everybody miss.
What a running back. He's 5'10", 180, a junior. The kick is up, and the kick is good, so they go up by 1. It's 13-12, 7:38 to go until halftime. You're listening to Beaver County Football on Beaver County Radio.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
So besides that first drive with Western Beaver, where they were held for a couple of yard loss on the entire drive, this has been a track meet it's turned into.
Yeah, and remember on that first drive, there was that drop pass that could have gone for a touchdown.
Right.
it's going to be a high-scoring event here tonight, I believe.
Western Beaver kicking it off from the 40. Man deep for Southside at the 20-yard line and whistles.
Timeout.
Not quite sure exactly what's going on. They're pointing to the sideline here at Western Beaver. And just not sure. Maybe a player?
Well, if they had too many men on the field, that should have been a penalty. But
was it an equipment issue?
I saw one player come
maybe
off.
Because it looked as though they're running to put another guy back out again.
Yeah.
So maybe it was an equipment issue for somebody.
Mangino, number 11 for Western Beaver, Nathan Vola.
Yes.
They taped his ankle up, put an ice bag on it, took his shoulder pads. I don't think we'll see him again tonight.
Kick is away, and it bounces at the 15.
Oh, boy.
And they're going to dive on it at the 6. What a great kickoff for Western Beaver, and now you're going to force Southside to have to go 94 yards for a touchdown. Just not able to properly control that kickoff. And Curtis Roy, the fullback for Southside, he was deep in center field for that one and just not able to track the ball down. And when he did finally touch it, all he had the option to really do at that point was just fall on it and just preserve the possession.
Yeah, I mean, that was dangerous because if he has any difficult time picking the ball up, that's a free kick, and the Western Beaver could have got it.
You're
covered
exactly
up.
right. It looks like a loss, but really that's the right play at that point. You start fumbling it down there like that, so close to your own end zone, that's real trouble.
Everybody in tight, wide receiver all by himself. Nobody bothered to cover him. It was in and out of his hands. Fell right into the hands of the receiver, number 10, Alex Schreier. Nobody was covering him. And Dawson Frazier saw it, called the audible, threw it up at him, and just wasn't able to bring it in.
Wasn't able to bring it in, and you see that type of play in the first week, right? The kids are just getting into it. It's early in the season. Make some mistakes like that on coverage or even not catching the ball. Could have been a big play.
Frazier to Corfield. Corfield over that left side, able to pick up a few yards out beyond the 10-yard line. They're going to call it the 11. And so now you're looking at about 6 yards to go for the first down. So 3rd and 6, they gave him 4 on that play. And this is a position that Southside hasn't been in, 3rd and long.
They haven't been in 3rd and long, and, that's what happened. They had a guy wide open, should have made the catch, should have been a 20, 30-yard pickup. Now you're 3rd and 5 with the ball on 11. Any mistake here becomes very advantageous to Western Beaver.
Western got to take advantage of it. They got to get it off the field here.
Everybody in tight.
Looks like
Whistles.
The coaches know it. They're going to call timeout here.
Officials have stopped play, but no official word about a timeout call. All right. Everybody getting back in position. We're going to go ahead and move forward. John Ludwig gives everybody the wind-up sign, and here we go. Dawson Frazier, man in motion, decides to keep it himself on a fake pitch.
Run for it.
Looking for room, has a guy, is able to make the completion. It looks as though he did.
Nice catch.
Wow. Andrew Corfield on the reception all the way out to the 28-yard line.
17-yard pickup.
And that's a high pressure down. Quarterback gets out there, sees that receiver, has trust in him. That's a high pressure down. 3rd and long, first down, big play for Southside.
The all-conference back, Andrew Corfield, last year rushed for 924 yards, caught for 250 and 2 touchdowns. He is the go-to guy. You need yards, you're going to Corfield. And now they're set up once again, wide side of the field, far hash mark. Man in motion. He's rolling out to his right, trying to find some room, looking to throw. No, he will not. Gets hit by a guy. Sparbane hits him. Now he has room on the other side, all the way out to the 35-yard line, close to the 36-yard line. Wyatt Sparbane tried to just shoulder tackle him high, and Dawson Frazier just bounced off of that and took off.
You got to wrap up, and what a play by the quarterback there. And it was just a very impressive run. They keep your composure to go around the field, find your blockers, make something out of what was certainly to be a loss.
Dawson Frazier got 8 yards credit, but he ran about 80.
Yes, he did. Corfield over that left side looking for some room, first down yardage. It looks as though he does have it. He's out to the 40-yard line. So a drive that started all the way back at the 6 is now out to the 40-yard line. 5:36 to go with the stoppage of the clock because of the first down.
You know, Dawson is only a sophomore. To keep your composure like that, not just that play, but the play before it and a couple other plays, and to run this complicated scheme offense, it's an impressive feat for a young man.
Yeah, he's got great mobility and hand-eye coordination to do what he does. You know, faking it into one guy's belly, pulling it out, and getting it to the other guy is amazing.
Under center, man in motion, tosses it out, and a run over the right side, almost to the 50-yard line for Amari Moman. Coming over about 8-yard pickup on that play, gets to the 49-yard line for Amari.
Got a flag on the play.
And Southside is saying the flag is against Western Beaver. We'll see what referee John Ludwig ultimately says. It looks as though they're moving the ball that direction, and they're moving it quite a bit.
I think he grabbed his face mask coming through.
Yeah, that looks like a 15-yarder right there.
I didn't see it,
the official call.
They called it. They saw it.
John Ludwig with the official call. We're waiting for the signal here.
You know, it's something else to watch when you're watching this wing T offense. The quarterback actually comes out as a lead blocker on certain plays as well. So not only is he running, passing, he's also blocking, and he's only a sophomore. He's not, you know, he's 165-some pounds. That's tough position, tough kid.
And now another stoppage.
I think the stoppage, I don't think there was a penalty. Ludwig was not ready after making the penalty call, and Southside tried the quick snap.
Okay.
It's even early in the season for the referees. Got some play clock issues.
Everybody in tight once again. Wide receiver to the top side.
Here he
Frazier
goes.
rolling, looking for a guy,
room.
trying to find some room. Makes one man miss and then dragged down from behind by yet another. That stop by Braden Mayo out on that left edge. Pickup of about maybe 1-2 yards on that play.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try to pass, but if he would have just ran with the ball, it looked like he could have beat the guy to the edge.
I think he would have beat it to the sticks. It would have been a 10, 15-yard gain at least. But as a quarterback, you want to be pass first. You want to get your receivers an opportunity, and he's made that decision a couple times tonight, and it's paid off for him. So can't blame him. The young man's doing what he can to move this ball down the field.
Dawson Frazier under center. Man in motion. Corfield has it over that left side. Nice blocks. Pick up all the way down inside to the 30-yard line. 3rd and short. Here comes another flag. What's this late flag on?
It looks like some sort of personal foul. There's a little scuffle.
And it looks as though Western Beaver is backing up closer and closer to their goal line.
But on that play, if you watch the quarterback, and you can't see it unless you're watching it on Facebook here, but the quarterback pitches the ball behind him and then finds the hole and acts as a lead blocker. So he's not just playing quarterback tonight. He's playing running back, he's playing fullback, and he's playing quarterback. And who knows, maybe he'll catch a ball later on in the game as well.
Another personal foul call. So on this drive, you're looking at, 30 yards that Western Beaver has given up. They had a wonderful opportunity hitting Southside deep on the kickoff, and now Southside. First and 10 from the 15-yard line. Toss out
there
to
he goes again.
Amari Moman, and a nice pickup once again. A pickup of about 7 yards on that play. What's really interesting, too, is that not only does Dawson Frazier block, but, Frank, everybody blocks. Yeah. Whoever doesn't have the ball, all the other guys are blocking.
Everybody is on doing their job. Nobody's taking a play off. They're all looking for somebody to hit, knowing that a runner can be coming on their backside at any moment.
And as a former college fullback for Luke Travelpiece, that gets me excited, actually.
2nd and 3, dive play right up the middle, and Curtis Roy close to the goal line. He's inside maybe the 1-yard line, trying to get an assessment from our spot at the 50-yard line in the press box. But it does look as though he's all the way down. They're going to call it maybe just outside the 1, maybe closer to the 2.
I think it's closer to the 2. He picked up 6 on the play.
I want to go back to the last couple plays of the drive where you saw personal fouls. That's frustration. When you're playing an offense like this and you're trying to focus and trying to keep your discipline but still just not working, that frustrates a defense. And they got to hold their discipline, not just with their assignments but also with these personal fouls.
Curtis Roy in the fullback position. Corfield and Mormon.
He's in.
And dive play up the middle for a touchdown. Touchdown for Southside. Now they're up 18-13 And then you got to wonder what they decide to do at this point. You're up by 5. Do you go ahead and go for the 2-point conversion and make it 7, or do you go ahead and try the extra point once again when you've already had 2 blocked?
The way they've been running that dive and this wing tee offense, I think at this point in time you got to go for 2. It looks like one of those games that whoever has the ball last is going to end up winning it. So you got to get those points where you can. These points could end up being critical.
That's what they're doing. Roy in the fullback, Corfield over the left side.
Got it.
And Corfield has it. 2-point conversion is good. 20-13, 3:06 to go until halftime. You're listening to the best of Beaver County football on Beaver County Radio.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Let's go to the sideline, check in with Tank Latham with the Lisa Latham team broker by eXp Realty sideline report. And Tank, what did you think of that last drive by Southside?
That last drive, it seemed like they looked like they were ready to play. Like you said, Western Beaver seemed like they were getting a little in their own heads, making some penalties there. It looks like they are ready to go here and ready to play some more defense.
All right, thank you very much, Tank. Do appreciate that. So now we have Melidia Pavlovich, who is set to kick off at the 40-yard line. 2 players deep back at their own 20-yard line. And the score, 20-13, 3:06 to go until halftime. The kick is high, and it is away, and it is taken at the 25. And coming back across the field to the 30, 35, out to the 40, 45, almost the 45. We'll call it the 43-yard line. Nice return there by number 3 for Western Beaver, Avon Presley.
Looks like number 2.
Number 2. David Ventresca, who is down at this point. While they tend to him, let's tend to some business. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Now that the sights and sounds of summer are in your rearview mirror, there's still time to enjoy your classic car and turn heads. Restore your cherished ride to its former glory and call Gnu's Body Works in Freedom. Gary Snare has been offering collision and restoration services for over 20 years. Everything from lowering or airbagging your rod to street custom to full custom color paint coloring. So say hello to cooler weather with the hottest car around. Call Gnu's Body Works, 400 8th Street, Freedom today. Lace up your cleats and rush on over to Zuki Sports Tavern. From their award-winning wings to their wide selection of ice-cold beverages, Zuki's is the place to go to watch your favorite team. Zuki's also has a plethora of salads, wraps, burgers, appetizers, and more. Don't want to leave and miss the action? Order online at Zukis.com/order. So what are you waiting for? Visit Zuki Sports Tavern in Falston today. Zuki Sports Tavern, big screens, bigger flavor. Stop by today and make your game day count.
Welcome back. 20-13, 2:59 to go until halftime. Western Beaver trailing Southside. Looking at some scores from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. Let's see here. Cornell trailing California 20-6. Central Valley is up on Thomas Jefferson in the second quarter. That score is 14-6. Any surprises there with Central Valley and TJ?
Yeah, I thought, playing up would be a tough game for them. Nice to see that they're ready and making things happen with a lead.
They're not playing up, but they're still playing a great team in Montour. The Tigers up 14-6 over the Spartans. Summit Academy and New Brighton, they are tied at 14. Aliquippa and Bell Vernon, the Quips, 20-7 over the Leopards in the second quarter. Is it possible that Coach Warfield is the real deal here where he's the guy who really is the one that you need to have in there to make all of these players come together and perform at the elite level they're capable of?
You know, Mangino, that's a great question. Last year, I think the team was a little taken aback by what happened. I don't think they were expecting it. And although the team performed well and, you know, they have a system in place, they have good coaches, replaced with one of his own coaches, there's nothing like having the man there. And I think that Mike Warfield will have that team playing at a very high level, and we'll be talking about them like we always do come playoff time.
One of the things we'll be doing at the end of the game is announcing the CCBC players of the game. We announce a player for the offense, for the winning team, and for the team that lost. David Ventresca being brought over to the sideline, and he's being helped by a couple of the training staff. Players that stand out for you at this point on both sides of the ball, both teams?
I mean, I'm really impressed with right now Frazier. He took that team with their backs against the wall, and with that pass that he made on 13 at third down for 17 yards, that flipped the field, even though they were still in negative territory.
Amari Marshall in the shotgun now, split wide receivers, actually two to the top side. He decides to call his own number, trying to get outside, makes one man miss, makes another, comes back this way. Does he have room? Oh. One final stop. Oh, my.
That
one player, number
touchdown.
14, Thorne Johnson, who made 3 solo tackles last week, made a critical one there on Amari Marshall. Who knows if Amari would still be running right now?
I think he had the sideline. Thorne Johnson made one big play because the whole left side of the field was wide open if he missed.
And he shed a blocker there, too. It wasn't just like a free shot. He had a blocker on him, he shed him, and then made the tackle. That's a big play.
4 wide receivers for Western Beaver, 3 to the top side, 1 to the near side. Amari Marshall and what looks like Wyatt Sparbane on his right hip. Takes it one step, throws it, and almost he had a receiver open, but there was a defensive back that went up high for that one, is able to knock it away.
Yeah, Will Morgan, the senior defensive back, he was in position and he jumped high. If he doesn't get a finger on that ball, it's a touchdown.
An interesting thing about Will Morgan, last year Will Morgan was a starting quarterback at week 1, and he gets hurt, and then Dawson Frazier comes in and just takes over the position, dominates, does really well, and then Will Morgan realizing this is the role I got to play. I'm a team player. I'm going to go and play the best I can in the defensive back position, and came up big on that play.
That's a sign of a well-coached team, that they're willing to play the role that they can do to get the most wins.
Marshall back to pass, screen pass. He set it up really well. Sparbane out to the 45, close to the 40-yard line. They're going to give him the 44. Wyatt Sparbane on a screen pass on a key third down play, giving them that first down.
You know, Mitch, I'm watching him run the ball. He's holding it like a loaf of bread. If he keeps holding it like that, eventually it's going to get popped out. It's too exposed. You can grab that ball, and you end up with fumbles like that. Fortunate not to have a fumble there for Western Beaver.
Amari Marshall all by himself in the backfield. 5 wide receivers. They're split out wide. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Looks for a man. Hit somebody right over the 40-yard line. Nice pass and catch. That one went to Braden Mayo for a pickup of about 4 on that play. Is it difficult to coach, to teach guys, you got to keep that ball in tight?
It is. It's kind of awkward at first. You gotta the way you gotta put the ball, the point of the ball, almost in the middle of your palm, and then curl it like that, and make sure it gets kept tucked. Because naturally, you just want to, grab it, hug the ball a little bit. But it's all about the fundamentals here, and that's what these kids are learning. And you got to train them to hold the ball the right way, because it will come back and bite you if you don't.
1:32 to go until halftime. Frank, what a game we have so far tonight.
It has been a great game. I think some people thought Western Beaver, with the inaugural game under the lights, would run away with it. Southside is really a great coach team, and the kids are playing inspired football. And we've got a real tight one here at 20-13 with Southside leading.
And it's going to be really important that Western Beaver scores on this possession, because Southside gets the ball to start the third quarter.
And Western Beaver is showing urgency with 1:32 left. They've had two pass plays in the last 2 series.
Back to pass, throws it out to the flat.
Oh, there's
more like a lateral. Nice play. Braden Mayo, will they throw a flag on that one? No, they'll let them play. First down pickup for Braden Mayo.
It's a good no call.
Braden Mayo came from out of the backfield, swung out, And a quick little dump pass by Amari Marshall, and he was able to pick up some real key yardage to get that first down all the way down to the 30, we'll call it the 33-yard line. Near hash mark, 3 wide receivers wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. Marshall decides to keep it himself, has a man and makes one miss and gets out of the way inside the 30-yard line down to about the 28. And a little bit of what we saw with Dawson Frazier and the running backs, where you have the guy who's not going to get the ball running out there who normally would, playing fullback and laying a block. And it looks as though this penalty that came in late is going to be against Southside. Western Beaver players applauding this.
You know, I didn't see what happened because I put my face down to write some numbers down on the chart here. But it was interesting because it looked like Marshall was expecting the running back to be there for a pitch. Either it was a good fake or he missed something and then took off, because it looked like he really wanted to pitch.
So I don't know the offense this well, but my guess is that's the quarterback's option, where they can do the pitch or not, and they read the end to see where the end is leaning. If the end's leaning towards the running back, the quarterback's taught to keep the ball and run. If it's leaning towards the quarterback can then pitch it to the running back.
And they did. There was a 15-yard roughing call at the end of that play.
Big penalty.
So they pick up another 15 by penalty.
They're now in the red zone, 1st and 10.
Oh,
for Western Beaver, big pass, and he caught it, touchdown.
Wow.
Yes, what a catch.
Phenomenal
My
catch.
goodness, was that Braden Mayo on the reception? I think it was Braden Mayo.
How about
Braden
Big
or Kai Hudson. I can't tell if it was a 6 or a 5. Let me make sure I got yeah, it was number 6. Number 6, Kai Hudson.
And he just went up and got that ball at the high point, just like you're taught to do. You got to go after the ball as a receiver. You can't wait for it to come to you. He saw that ball coming his way, and he said, "That's mine," and he went up and got it. Excellent work there by the wide receiver.
2019, timeout Western Beaver, and now we have a decision to make. With 1:03 to go in the second quarter, you're trailing by 1. Do you go for the extra point to tie this thing up, or do you go for the 2-point conversion and try to get ahead by 1?
You know, with Southside, the way that their wing T offense has been getting big chunks all game, it seemed like a little bit of an easier decision. But here, I'd probably give the extra point another shot. We'll see how confident they feel in their kicker. Just a note, too, I wanted to note, David Ventresca, who went down, looked like he was cramping because he's back up and stretching out his leg. And the way that they were stretching him looks like he'll be in good shape long term. I don't have anything official, but I've been a part of enough of these games to see a cramp. And
hopefully,
does he have his shoulder pads back on? Because they took his shoulder pads off of him at one point.
Not so. The number 2, the second.
Oh, the second one. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so Western Beaver now going for the extra point. They're lined up. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. So now we're knotted up at 20. Let's keep it right here if we could.
Got a barn burner.
Yes, we do.
Better
a minute
stay
3
tuned.
to go. Frank, with what you've seen so far from Southside, obviously Western Beaver, with the way that they're willing to sling the ball a little bit, a minute may be enough to be able to get down there and score. Do you think Southside's offense is conducive for this?
If they can get some decent yardage out of the kickoff and put themselves in position on a shorter field, the way they're moving the ball with, I believe they have all 3 of their timeouts, they have an opportunity to score some points here before the end of the quarter with 1:03 to go.
Representative Kale, they've been successful at times when they wanted to throw the ball because Western Beaver is anticipating the run. But right now, I'm going to guess there's a tendency to want to play the pass a little bit more.
So you got 3 timeouts. You got a big chunk offense, a run game that's big chunk, and the pass game. The score is 20-20. So scoring is, this game's going to be decided on offensive scores. I think you got to take the risk and try and get good field position here off the kickoff and try and get another score.
They kick it straight away. Bounces, taking it to 22-yard line, straight up the middle, runs into his own man, and able to get to about the 34-yard line. Curtis Roy taking that return back up to the 34. So we're looking at 56.9 to go until halftime, and another flag coming down on the play. This could be big. Is it going to be against Southside or Western Beaver?
This is a critical call here.
Not only the yardage, but the direction. Let's see what.
Especially the direction.
John Ludwig, what's he say? It looks as though they're moving it toward Western Beaver side. No official call yet, but they just moved it up.
Another 15-yarder.
All the way to the 47-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Western Beaver. That's huge. So now you have it 1st and 10 from the 47 with 56:9 to go, and all 3 timeouts for Southside. Dawson Frazier under center. Man in motion. Western Beaver player jumps, and they get a free 5. Number 44, Caden Seymour, for Western Beaver, tried to jump the snap count, and they gave him a free 5. So 20 yards in penalties.
And 0 time off the clock.
Right. No plays had to get run, and they're already in Western Beaver territory at the 48-yard line.
And they get the ball back at halftime.
Yes.
After, correct, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Frank, I'm thinking everything in the playbook's available to them.
Everything's in the playbook, the way this team is operating, and they got a chance for a twofer right end of the quarter, start of the quarter.
Frazier inside handoff, and he gets outside. Nope. Brought down. Curtis Roy. That was a great play. Dawson Frazier going back the pass, and it looked as though Curtis Roy was going to block for him, and he wrapped his arm around in front to give him the ball.
A little late on that timeout call. They let about 4 or 5 seconds go. I was going to say they still had 3 timeouts.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's always a, the coach in this point of the game is standing right next to that referee and should have shouted it out. It's amazing that they let 5 or 6 seconds go.
So 41.1 to go until
plenty of time still.
Halftime.
2 timeouts, plenty of time. 45, 47 yards. Looks like the way the kicking game's going tonight, you're going to have to go for a touchdown. But at the end of a quarter, maybe you want to give it a shot.
Mangino, our buddy Mike, is listening in on this broadcast, and he did point out as a reminder that there have been a few night games here where they brought in temporary lighting in the past. So, but this is the first official permanent light game here at Western Beaver. Over the last 10 or 15 years, they may have played 2 or 3 games with temporary lights.
Wow. Okay. Was not aware of that, Mike.
But we are selling it as the event of the season. It's even bigger than the Savannah Bananas.
That's right. Who needs those
bigger
guys downtown? Who needs them anyway? Dawson Frazier keeps it rolling, looking for somebody to throw to, and just not able to get it. It looked as though he threw between Corfield and his wide receiver, Eli Buchanan. Like the ball wasn't sure where it was going to go. One of those 2 spots.
They both came open late, but you saw it develop.
Yeah. And number 17, the quarterback here, looks like he's moving his shoulder a little bit. He's on the sidelines now. Wondering if he may have just tweaked something on that last play. Sometimes when you're rolling out, you put a lot on, and your elbow and your shoulder turns into like a slingshot, and it just gets beat up a little.
Well, here comes Will Morgan. Will Morgan, the starting quarterback from last season, who was injured early in the season with a collarbone injury, out for the year, now in at quarterback for Southside. Under center. Man in motion. Decides to keep it.
Nice
looking
fake.
For somebody to throw to. Nope, wants to run and is brought down back in Southside territory all the way to the 46-yard line. Huge loss.
Now you're at a position, it looks like it's 4th down and long. Western might want to call a timeout, but
it looks as though they did.
Was it Western? I'm not surprised. Yeah, Coach Travelpiece isn't going to call a timeout right now, 4th and 10, 30 seconds left. He just let the clock run out. But Western wants to see him punt. And the way special teams have been tonight, maybe it's a risk worth taking.
Isn't it interesting, guys, how things change so quickly? You have a big score, tied up at 20, set up for the kickoff. Previous kickoff, Southside only had it at the 6-yard line. This time they get a nice return and then a couple of penalties. They look as though they're really going to be able to advance this thing. They're inside Western Beaver territory. A couple of plays later, it's 4th down from their own
That's
territory.
what I love about high school football. There's adversity, there's mistakes that are made, and kids have to overcome that adversity. When you watch the pros, there's not many mistakes like that made. But high school level, these are kids out there doing the best they can. It's high energy, high emotion. They got to stay focused, and they got to overcome the adversity. And this is an opportunity now for both teams to do something with a little bit of adversity in front of them to score tied 20-20 headed into the half.
Pulcher with the long snap back to Paxton Short It's back, almost over his head, grabs it and gets it away. It's going to be a short punt. It's going to land at the 35 and take a Southside Rams bounce all the way inside the 20-yard line.
I tell you
there
what,
were so many
punter,
things that could have happened on that play.
Great catch. Great catch. The punt looked like it was going to be short, hits the ground, it bounces, takes a favorable bounce for Southside, and I'd be surprised if they do too much right now heading into the half, but we'll see.
Frank,
no, 18 seconds, you got what? No timeouts left. So
right.
No timeouts left. I would expect Western Beaver to take a knee. But Paxton Short saved the day on that. That could have been a really, really
the punter, Paxton
bad,
Short.
Yeah. That could have been a really bad outcome there.
Phenomenal catch. And it came back hot, too. I mean, that ball was snapped pretty well, just high.
Yeah, nice speed on it and everything, just high, a little bit of end over end a little bit, too. But he was able to grab it.
Not just
and
grab
get
it,
the ball
but
away.
Get the ball away. I mean,
yes.
that's an impressive.
All right. Western Beaver set up.
They're set up in trips. It looks like they might be.
They got five wide receivers.
Wide. Marshall's all by himself. Takes the snap. He's looking.
Number
Does
6.
he find anybody?
Number 6.
He decides to
open.
keep it and is running out to the 20-yard line, to the sideline, out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. 10.5 seconds left to go until halftime.
Yeah, Hudson on that play was open across the middle, about 20 yards down the field. Quarterback didn't see it, made a decision to run the ball. Safe decision. 10 seconds left in the half. You don't want to make a big mistake going into the half. But their offense was there.
Played it safe, but with everybody stretching the field and getting downfield, if he gets past that first line,
it could be
he
dangerous.
can run a long time because all the other defenders had their backs turned.
Ball near hash mark, 5 wide, looking.
He is again. There's
trying to
6.
find somewhere to go with it.
There's Hudson.
Does he wing it? He does. Has a man open at midfield at the 45.
Hudson's blocking.
Makes a man miss. Tackle. And finally brought down inside the 34-yard line.
1.5 seconds.
With 1.5 seconds left to go.
And number 14, Thorne Johnson, may have saved a walk-off first-half touchdown.
And now another.
Is there a runoff with injuries in high school? I don't know. In the pros, if this were to happen with no timeouts left, there'd be a runoff. I'm not sure how it works in high school. It looks like he's cramping up. These early games, you see that a lot. When I was coaching, I used to have my kids drink pickle juice before the game. Pickle juice actually prevents you from cramping. It's something the Dallas Cowboys used to do in the 60s and 70s. And the sodium in it works to prevent you from cramping. The kids didn't like it too much.
One of the interesting things that I saw when I was doing sidelines before was when I was covering a Bell Vernon game, and Quentin Martin was cramping up at Bell Vernon, the guy who went to Penn State ultimately 2 years ago. He was actually on the sideline. They poured mustard into a French fry paper cup, and he was just licking the mustard.
That's sodium.
That's what it does.
The sodium in the pickle juice, the sodium in the mustard. You got to stay hydrated these early games. Thankfully, it's not too warm out tonight.
Is it difficult to get the guys to drink enough or to hydrate enough?
It's just the first couple of games. There's nothing like the game. Your body is operating at a different level, so your muscles are operating at a different level, and you can't really get prepared for that. So later in the season, you don't have those types of cramps because the kids are conditioned and the weather is cooler. But early in the season, it's normal to see a couple people cramp up every game, especially at the end of the halves.
It's interesting. The Golden Beavers, they're ready to run the play, but they still got a guy on the field who's dealing with these cramp issues. And it's like, dude, can't you like roll over to the sideline on the Southside side and let us get this play off?
And I don't know what the rules are here. If there's a runoff because there's no timeouts, I don't know how that works. Maybe the clock stops on first down, so that's
the clock does stop on the first down.
I should look that up at halftime.
And so now you're looking at do you throw deep to the end zone and hope your guy gets it and maybe high point it again like you had for that touchdown? Or do you throw a little bit of a crossing route maybe at the 10 and see if your guy can make those 10 yards?
If I'm Western Beaver right now, what I would do is a screenplay. The way that my running backs have been running and making people miss, getting that to your best athlete, letting everyone else clear out the other side of the field and hopefully opening up a side. Southside has got to stay you got to stay disciplined here on plays like this. You can't let anything behind you, and you got to make sure you keep your assignment. it's a good test for both teams early in the season to see who's more disciplined in these situations. Discipline overcomes a lot, and if they can stay disciplined, whichever team can, it's going to be a good sign for this play.
Let's go to the sideline. Tank Latham. Tank, you played, you coached. What are you looking at here?
He's taking notes.
He's taking notes. That's what he's looking at. His
That's what he's
notepad.
doing.
I don't think his.
Hey, you
there.
got me.
I got you.
I'm dying out
Hold
down
on
here
1 second. They're
batteries.
about to snap the play. Marshall decides to take it and just clock it.
Looks like they're going to get 5 more, or no? There's no penalty.
Did they just clock the play?
I don't know. The
No.
scoreboard's showing 0.
Wait, that's why they clocked it, because the clock stopped on the first down. As soon as the referee
is ready,
wound the clock to play, the 1.5 seconds runs off. So did he clock the
I think
snap
that's
the ball?
half. I think that's the half.
What are they going to do? We're waiting for Ludwig to decide whether or not they're going to let him have one more play. It looks as though they're going to give them one more play.
Give him a no time, yeah.
So how much time do you put back on the clock? You have to have some time on the clock in order to have a play.
Unless there's a penalty, which there wasn't, I think this half's over. Unless they're going to tell the clock manager to put something on, which looks like what they're trying to do right now. So
Yeah,
it looks like they will get one more play.
Although the way they've moved the ball on this play is getting the wide receivers to stretch the field, giving Marshall the opportunity to either run or hit that receiver. So, I get your idea behind the screen pass and making people miss, but you still have 32 yards to go, 33 yards to go. So I think you need a bigger chunk
And
play.
they're going to be playing the end zone too. You're right, because they're going to have their defense back. As soon as that ball's snapped, those defensive backs are going to go back to the 5-yard line or so.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got, 3 guys set up as a picket fence.
Okay, so it looks as though they're trying to put 0.8 seconds on the clock, and they're having a difficult time.
A little home field advantage here. They put 8 seconds on the clock instead. Now 80.
That's a lot of seconds.
Unless I'm reading this backwards.
No, that's the 80 minutes they're putting up on there right now. I wonder if it's the same guy that does the basketball clock.
I got to tell you, it's going to be it's a great game. Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's go 80 more.
Playing.
I referee high school basketball. I've seen some interesting clock work at Aliquippa in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's set at 8 minutes. They'll get there. 8 seconds now.
So the official clock is kept by the referee. So what's up there isn't actually. They're
going to wind it down from 8 seconds and stop it at 0.8.
Let's see if they can hit it right. Oh,
there
it is.
Hey,
all right. They got it.
They got it at 0.8.
And the entire crowd. The crowd goes crazy giving the clock operator.
Here we go.
Amari Marshall back to pass, looking
send it
deep.
to the end zone.
It's up there. Can this guy get it? Intercepted in the end zone by Southside.
Good call.
What an end to this half.
Corfield with the interception.
They're tied up at 20.
Great first half.
The first half here at Western Beaver under the lights. 2020.
Friday night lights. Great night.
Southside. The halftime show. Al's Pizza halftime show is coming up. Tank, are you able to get to one of the coaches?
I'm right here with Coach Busby.
Coach, yes, go ahead.
All right, Coach Busby. Hey, it's a great half there. Got some mental mistakes there. What are you going to tell the guys in the halftime there?
Just to keep playing, keep grinding. Nobody said tonight was going to be easy. We knew it was going to be a backyard brawl, and it's 2020.
You're right. It's still 0-0. You guys seem to slow down the game. The beginning of the game, it was real fast, but it seems like your kids were able to figure it out and it slowed down. How did you guys do that?
Well, we're just settling in, kind of just trying to be patient and be disciplined, and they're finding some creases, and that's what they do. They're trying to just move the sticks, and they're trying to get 3 yards at a time, and we got to find a way to make one play to get them behind the sticks and get our defense off the field.
You got a couple of key injuries there. Can you talk a little bit about number 11, 2, and 1?
Yeah, so a couple of those are just cramps. The one is an ankle injury. We're not sure. Not going to return tonight, but not sure the extent of the injury.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you very much, Tank. Do appreciate that. We'll pause for a moment. We will come back with the Al's Pizza halftime show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth on Beaver County Radio.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the drug-free Aliquippa program. Now in its 4th year, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. Drug-free Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
One of the greatest honors a person can receive is to be gathered with their people at the time of their passing. Even biblical authors, when they wanted to explain what it meant to have lived a great, prosperous, and meaningful life, spoke of the individual as having lived a long time and being gathered with friends and relatives near as they closed out their twilight years. Being gathered together with loved ones is something that the J&J Spratt Funeral Home takes very seriously as well. The comfort both given and received cannot be underestimated. J&J Spratt Funeral Home also knows that the honor shown to a loved one at their time of need in this manner is still the right thing to do today. J&J Spratt Funeral Home has been gathering together with area families for 4 generations and looks forward to honoring future residents deserving of being gathered together with friends and family. Click jjsprattfh.com.
Attention seniors! Did you know that by being a part of Silver Sneakers, you can receive a Beaver County YMCA membership for no additional cost? More than 16 million Medicare members have access to the Silver Sneakers program. Just give our member service representatives a call, and we'll take care of the rest. For more information, give us a call at 724-891-8439. Again, that's 724-891-8439.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Lace up your cleats and rush on over to Zuki Sports Tavern. From their award-winning wings to their wide selection of ice-cold beverages, Zuki's is the place to go to watch your favorite team. Zuki's also has a plethora of salads, wraps, burgers, appetizers, and more. Don't want to leave and miss the action? Order online at Zukis.com/order. So what are you waiting for? Visit Zuki's Sports Tavern in Falston today. Zuki's Sports Tavern, big screens, bigger flavor. Stop by today and make your game day count.
You're tuned in to 2025 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the Cornerstone of Beaver County, Zuki's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, GNU's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio.
Welcome back to the Al's Pizza Halftime Show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. I'm Mangino. With me, Frank Salopek, and also joining us in the booth is State Representative Josh Kale. Mike Azadian takes a night off. It takes 2 guys to replace Mike Azadian. Is that how it goes, Frank?
Looks that way, Mangino. We have been a good team tonight.
I think we have been a good team. Things are going really well. A great game, 20-20 at halftime. And let's look back over this first half. What are the things that stand out to you the most? You were just going through all the stats and the drive charts and everything. What's sticking out to you, Frank?
You know, for Southside, the quarterback number 17, Dawson Frazier, he's 3 for 4 with like 55, 56 yards. Nothing bigger than when they were 3rd down and 8 from the 6-yard line, and he makes a 17-yard pass. He's showed great composure behind the line. Other than that, it's been heavy run. Western Beaver has struggled a little bit with all that misdirection. So Southside seems to have some good things going. Western Beaver on the other side was a little frustrated at the beginning. They seem to find their footing, and what we've really seen is for Amari Marshall's really become the leader of the team, being able to distribute that ball and make a decision whether to hold and pass or to flip it off to the running backs and get them into some space.
Yeah, that one pass play to Kai Hudson, Amari Marshall to Kai Hudson, where Kai Hudson high-pointed that in the end zone for a touchdown. That was a really beautifully thrown ball, along with the ability to go up there and make that catch.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch the level of talent that we're seeing here. I'm not sure if I'm plugged in. There we go. It's been very impressive to watch, to see the level of talent that we're seeing here. And, you know, going into halftime, you got two defenses that are struggling. It's the beginning of the year. They're working on discipline as a defense, working on their assignments. And let's see who makes the adjustments. The adjustments are going to be critical here, especially going up against that wing T. If they can make solid adjustments and slow it down a little bit, that could go a long ways towards winning this game. If they can't, then, you know, Southside's going to have to slow down Western Beavers' offense as well. But right now it looks like a very offensive game. Exciting game. A lot of big plays. Good level of football here that we're watching. I'm impressed by the talent on both sides. Seeing some very solid football coming out of Southside and Western Beaver.
One of the things I noticed with Western Beaver, actually a couple of things. One, being more committed to that assignment football, just playing the play that you have, what your assignment is for that particular play, and getting your emotions under control. They've had a number of 15-yard penalties, Frank, and you just can't give up that many yards to an offense that can already run down the field at will.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was 4 15-yarders, so 4 times 15, 60 yards of penalty. That's really helped helped Southside, move the ball down the field. If Western Beaver can be a little bit more disciplined in the second half, I do think that they then have the opportunity to take this game away from Southside Beaver. But it's going to be a dogfight the rest of the way.
And, they're having a lot of penalties. You're exactly right, Manji. And I just got to – this is the first night under the lights. It's first game of the year. It's a lot of different things going on in Western Beaver. It's an emotional night for these kids. So it's, I guess in hindsight you could say it's to be expected, but if they can get that under control, Frank, you're exactly right. They could get away with the game if they can stop the wing T, which they have not shown an ability to do so far.
This is where I was thinking early in the game. Western Beaver has almost a 40-pound weight difference on the lines. And so I thought that Western Beaver would wear them down over the game. However, Western Beaver is a step slow because of the way the wing T works and getting the ball distributed to all these different players. And so the misdirection has been in Southside's favor, but I still think that maybe as this game goes on, only 6 out of the 11 starters on offense for Western Beaver play defense regularly, whereas for Southside, 9 of the 11 players play both ways. So Southside could end up with some, physical tiredness later in the game, where maybe Western Beaver has a little bit more depth.
It's a great point. To what extent, though, when you're talking about a 1A school that always has to play this way, the conditioning is just really off the charts at this point, I'm guessing, with the coach travel piece. And when you're playing against guys that are bigger, you initially think about the advantage of the big guys up front. But as the game progresses, I'm going to guess that the smaller guy doesn't get as tired in the third and the fourth quarter as the bigger guys will be, who are getting pushed around and frustrated a little bit too.
There's definitely some truth to that, but that could also go both ways. The bigger guys usually have a harder time being in condition. The smaller guys can usually be conditioned better. However, the smaller guys pushing against those big, heavy guys, that's going to wear them out quicker as well. You know, you look at Southside, what they're doing, they're playing to their advantages. It's really good coaching, how they're operating this offense and making sure that their players are in the right position to make plays, and you've seen that all night. Now, Western Beaver got to make some adjustments. They've been doing great coaching on offense as well, getting their best players the ball, getting them in a position to make a play. It's just going to come down to discipline and execution. And, you know, that's a lot of what football comes down to when you have two evenly matched teams, two well-coached teams. It's who's going to make the least mistakes and who's going to come up and make the big play. And looking forward to seeing how that turns out in the second half.
We've seen 3 Golden Beavers that have gone down to injuries. Most of them have just been cramps.
2 cramps and 1 more serious ankle injury. But
however, there's another injury that may be even more important, and it's to Dawson Frazier, because he couldn't finish the first half. So is he able to come back and play in the third quarter? And what does that mean for this offense, Frank?
Yeah, that's a great point, Mangino, except for the fact that you got Will Morgan, who has been there, done that, and so you're not replacing him, replacing Frazier with a kid that hasn't played. You're replacing Frazier with your Swiss Army knife and can do anything for you.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
I'm reminded of Jalen Hurts at Alabama. If you remember when Tua took over the team and then Tua got hurt in the national championship game, Jalen Hurts comes in and just lights it up and they win a national championship. You know, not quite the same level of play here, but you know, those players that stick around, they're good teammates. It usually comes back to reward them.
If you're replacing Frazier with a junior who hasn't played or a freshman that hasn't played, you're worried. You're replacing him with Will Morgan, who's been there, done that. So that team has confidence, and they're going to rally around Will Morgan. But it'll be interesting to see if Frazier comes back out.
You're listening to the Al's Pizza Halftime Show. I'm Mangino along with Frank Salapak and State Representative Josh Kale. We are under the lights. The first time we're under permanent lights, okay, Azadian?
There
we're
you go.
Under permanent lights.
No headlights. No headlights coming in the light up the field.
Is that how they did it the last time? They had everybody to surround the track with some headlights?
There was a commercial for that once. I don't.
Well, one of the reasons why Representative Kale is up here with us is because you worked really hard to help make this possible tonight. This is something that Western Beavers wanted for a very long time. And what did it take to get this done?
Yeah, the Western Beaver School Board, Jonathan Bernard especially, who might be watching actually tonight. He couldn't be here at the game tonight, unfortunately. But they approached me. He approached me and talked to me about this project. And we had a couple of meetings, and I saw the field. I knew that they played on Saturdays. And as a high school football player, I just, Friday nights are for the boys, and they're for football. And the Friday night football is Western Pennsylvania. And so we talked a couple of different times, and I wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to be a project long-term that was going to raise the taxes of the local constituents, school taxes, and therefore, because I don't like getting grants or helping to get grants to areas and then taxes going up anyway. We want to keep the taxes down for the local constituency, and we want to see if we can get these improvements. And sure enough, he committed to it, and they haven't. And we have lights here tonight, and I'm just thankful that I could be a part of this process. The school board at Western's doing a great job. The administration's doing a great job. And we got football here on a Friday night with permanent fixtures.
That's right.
And colorful lights. I'm seeing this now for the first time. It looks like it's
got
some purple lights out there.
Mangino's talking about the light show, but we couldn't see it whenever it was still sunny out. Now we can see they have the ability to do this light show out here on the stanchions.
Yes, so all of the posts, the light standards, they're all purple now for Western Beaver. And I'm waiting to see what the first show is once there's a touchdown scored and the flashes and all of that. I'm looking forward to that coming up later on tonight. The Al's Pizza Halftime Show continues. We will get the latest in a Boom Boom Pow DIY solar game update with Joseph Marticek coming up in just a couple of moments. BoomPowerSolar.net is the website there. We'll also check out scores from around the county from the Tri-Transportation Update Desk and get our early leaders for the CCBC Players of the Game. It's coming up next on Beaver County Radio.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is now open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced and highly trained staff is here to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop on down to Beaver County's newest firearm store, Tri-State Sporting Arms, at 807 3rd Avenue, New Brighton, or check them out on Facebook.
Falling in love is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall, in love that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Hey, this is Joe Martichak over here at Hopewell Tony Dorsett Stadium. Second quarter started off with Boo Boo James Armstrong, quarterback sneak, 7-0 Hopewell early in the second. Newcastle fumbled. Hopewell was in business at the 12-yard line. Justin Abodow, senior, to the rescue for the Vikings. With 8:46 left in the second, Boo Boo Armstrong, again, quarterback sneak, as the Vikings took the 14-0 lead. Hopewell D playing hard as Nick Thomas smashing the ball back in the quarterback's face as Hopewell at the Hurricanes' 38-yard line. Hopewell had a huge pitch and catch. Armstrong to Chorcella on the dime stalled as field goal was no good. Newcastle quarterback Marino Graham and Keogh Cox hooked up with a 50-yard touchdown strike that stunned the Hopewell crowd, but Hopewell stepped up in the second point conversion to stop them with 14-6. Very even game right now as Hopewell's passing the ball down the field deep in Newcastle territory as Coach Modest was snapping out for a timeout. Armstrong firing the ball down the field, connecting many, many times, and then Rocco Marcato kicked a 40-yard field goal to give Hopewell a 17-6 lead over here at Hopewell. Listen, I want to let you know I'm Boom Pow DIY Solar. I'm A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. I'm saving people a fortune by going solar energy, at least 30%. I'll even pay for the first 6 months for free if you go solar with me. And don't forget about my 50-50 split. Call me, 844-BOOM POW. Back to the studios.
It's the Al's Pizza Halftime Show. I'm Mangino, Frank Sonopek joining me, and also State Representative Josh Kale. Let's take a look at the Fried Transportation Update desk. Rochester and Freedom, zeros in the third quarter. Also in the third quarter, Thomas Jefferson getting up in front of Central Valley 2014.
Central Valley was winning that game. Thomas Jefferson just scored to take the lead, but look for the Central Valley Warriors to come back.
And also New Brighton. How about this? I got a note from our boss, Frank Sparks. New Brighton had an 88-yard touchdown play to score, and now they are up 22-14 over Summit Academy. They're at halftime.
Great start of the season for New Brighton right now, a game and a half in.
Was that to close the half? They scored to close the half.
Yes, they're at halftime.
Yeah.
Moon Tigers and the Montour Spartans. Moon up 21-13 at halftime. Aliquippa all over Bell Vernon at the half, 28-7. Coach Warfield looking as though he's making a triumphant return to the Quips.
That'll be 18 straight opening season wins for them after tonight.
California 20, Cornell at 12, and that is the most recent scores that we have. And I realize there are other games that are taking place, but we have yet to have those kind souls report to us what their scores happen to be. So let's talk about the CCBC players of the game. Every game, representative, we decide we're going to choose a player on both sides of the ball. Who were the standout players? And at halftime, we talk about who is kind of leading in that race. So when you look at the Western Beavers side, is there anybody that's really standing out for you based upon the play you've watched so far tonight?
On the Western Beaver side, what I'm seeing is Wyatt Sparbaney.
Yes.
And he has really just gotten out there and he has made some big plays and made people miss. There's a couple plays where it didn't go as well, but the way that he can move, he runs like a water bug. If you've ever seen a water bug on top of a pond or in a swamp where they just start and stop and it's just instant acceleration, that's how he runs. Now Mayo, their other running back, is also like the grind guy, and he's been getting after it and he's been having a good game. In this second half, it'll be interesting to see which one takes a more forceful role as the game wears on. Sometimes that bruiser gets a little touches as the game goes on. And also on the Southside Beaver, a lot of it's going to come down if their quarterback, which quarterback is going to be playing here. Dawson Frazier had a great first half. Looked like he tweaked his shoulder, not sure, just one play. I know Tank has some information on it, he said, when we can get to him on it. But that'll determine a lot because he's having a pretty bang-up first half. And in that wing T offense, if it's run successfully, you know that the quarterback had a good game. So,
Frank, what do you think?
For me, I'm thinking Dawson Frazier on the south side, and I'm also looking at Amari Marshall, just the way that he's played in the passing game.
All right, Tank Latham is on the sideline. Tank, what can you tell us? I saw that you just had a conversation with Coach Travelpiece. What do you know?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
All right. So I asked him, what did he tell the guys in there at halftime? And he basically said he needs to clean up the mistakes they're doing, some mental on the defense. The spring play for Western Beaver covering.
Tank's going to have to step closer to our sideline.
Yes, just a little bit, Tank.
Oh.
I tell you what, do me a favor. Come on to the Western Beavers sideline, and we'll come back down to you in a moment. I think when you look at Dawson Frazier for Southside for the potential player of the game for CCBC, I also like Andrew Corfield too because of what he's doing from that wingback position. Not only running the ball, blocking, and a really key pass reception that he's had as well.
And Corfield had the interception at the end of the half to save Western
right.
Beaver from scoring with no time left.
But I think it's worth noting that one of the downsides to having your quarterback so active, whether it's blocking like a fullback or running all the time and also passing, is it makes them susceptible to injuries that quarterbacks usually aren't susceptible to. So gives and takes. Is Tank ready to
yeah, Tank, what do you have now?
Ready to go?
Hey, I got a big one for us, guys. Number 17, Dawson. He's not out here. He's out.
Dawson Frazier is not going to be suiting up for the second half.
No.
Okay, well, Will Morgan, here's what's interesting. Will Morgan was the starter last year. He played behind Brody Almashi throughout their championship runs to the WPIAL championship games. However, he's only played a part of a game.
But the way that this Southside team is prepared and the way that they're coached, it looks as though they have a next man up mentality. He has experience. My guess is his teammates are comfortable with him. He's going to be in there ready to go run the offense.
Hey, Tank, you got me?
I got you.
Hey, what's the crowd like down there? The players have all this enthusiasm and excitement for Friday Night Lights for the first time here. Tell me, what's the crowd look like, and how's that feel down there? Is it really impacting the players through the excitement?
The community definitely seems to be super into this. They're excited. There's a lot of local celebrities down here. Even Commissioner Dan Camp's down here, Solicitor Garen Fidelis is down here. It's a star-studded event here in Beaver County. So you got DJ Fry running around. He's always out here at Western Beaver. Once again, the crowd here looks to be really into this, and the kids are eating it up.
Yeah, from our perspective here in the broadcast booth, it looks as though it's a capacity crowd. As far as you can look to the right, you see nothing but fans, and the same way to the left, too. Just a great night tonight here in Western Beaver for the premiere of Friday Night Lights for real at Western Beaver with the permanent lights. So now Southside gets the ball to start the second half. It looks as though Will Morgan is going to be the quarterback under center. And now he understands this system. There's no denying that part of it. Is he going to be able to play it as well as Dawson Frazier does? And a great point by Representative Kale. When you have your quarterback going out there laying all those blocks all the time, you're running the possibility of some degree of injury, especially if your quarterback isn't as big as they otherwise could be, hitting the weight room and everything.
If you're Coach Travel Piece, though, you've prepared Will Morgan for this opportunity. He's probably wanted the opportunity, but he's a team player, and he'll execute the plays.
And the kick is away and taken around the 20-yard line and ultimately brought down.
Eli Buchanan.
Right around the 33. And that return, Eli Buchanan right, and then the tackle on that play. Let me make sure I have the stat sheet right. The tackle on that play was Caden Seymour. And so now Southside has it. 1st and 10, ball's on the near hash mark. And they are going from left to right. If you're listening on the radio, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but you can be watching this game yourself right now on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look up Beaver County Radio and watch all the action. You are watching history in the making for this Friday night football game. Under center, takes a snap. Over to Corfield. Corfield over that left side. He has plenty of room looking for a block. He has it. Midfield, 45-40. He's in a foot race all the way inside the 35-yard line and finally dragged out of bounds.
Well, man,
they sealed that edge.
Our answer here. The first play, 40 yards, you see the quarterback again. Just like Frazier was doing earlier, the quarterback Morgan gets in there and he's a lead blocker on that play. He's sacrificing himself for the team, opens it up, big play, 30, 40-yard run.
And it looks as though there is a ram that is down, maybe a cramp. And this is going to be a big one to be checking out because it looks like it's Anthony Haig. Anthony Haig, one of the lead linemen on both offense and defense, opening up those lanes over on that left side for Corfield, who likes to run that way. He's also critical on defense. Last week, 5 tackles, 1 sack, a tackle for loss. They need him back in this game.
Yeah, he's one of the big boys up front that makes that line work. The other thing is that I do believe under center for that first snap was the 5'9" sophomore Todd Matajevich.
Well, we heard that there are some really good things that the coaching staff thinks of this guy, too. That even though he's a younger guy, that Coach Busby is quoted as saying that he may have the more perfect, well-rounded skill set to be quarterback, maybe even better than both of these guys that are in front of him, like Frazier and Morgan.
And they did play all 3 at quarterback in week 1, and number 8, Matajevich, did complete the only pass in last week's game, 1 for 1 for 45 yards.
And that wing T quarterback, you got to be a magician. You got to be able to move that ball around and hide that ball in smoke and mirrors. And what concerns me, though, Manji, about this injury is when you first come out, sometimes you don't warm up enough. And you exert yourself hard on that first play, and sometimes it leads to a pulled hamstring. Hopefully it's not something that's like that. Hopefully it's just cramps. You can walk it off. But that first couple plays, those first drives are, you got to get your body warmed up again, and you got to make sure you're loose heading out.
All right, they're helping him off the field. He's standing up, and hoping to get him moving here.
What a great play for Southside to start the third quarter.
Yeah, huge pickup on that play. 11:45 to go in the third quarter. First play from scrimmage and a huge pickup by Andrew Corfield. Once again, he's the captain of the team. He was all-conference last year, all-conference offense and all-conference defense. And Coach Travelpe says he's by far the best athlete on the field, and they're going to need a lot of him tonight in order to keep pace with Western Beaver.
Yeah, and Matijevic is under center. All right.
Todd Matijevic, he's a sophomore, 5'9", 150. And he's up under center. Wide receiver to the far side. Quick toss and a strip. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. Who has it? Western Beaver did for a second. It looks as though Southside finally fell on it. And then here comes a flag. Wow. Amari Moman had the ball, was stripped of the ball, fumbled it, and then it was a mad scramble. And there were two Western Beaver guys that you thought could have gotten it, and then finally it was fallen on by Southside.
And I think that there was a late hit that was completely unrelated to the actual play, where the guy just got waxed about 15 yards away from where the ball was being scuffled for. I'd hate to see another personal foul. You have a big play, you almost got the ball back, you back them up, and then
a loss of 7 on the play, but
looks like it's going to turn into a game possibly here. We'll see.
John Ledwig, the ball right now on the 37-yard line, but Western Beaver, the defense, is all the way back to the 30. Dead ball foul. A face mask against Western Beaver. So that play that was a huge play for Western Beaver, even without being able to recover the fumble, just to be able to have that loss of yardage and put them that far behind the sticks all of a sudden, it's a different situation. Another big penalty against Western Beaver. So 1st and 10, they're going to call it. No, they're not. It's actually second down. Second and what looks like
8 now after the penalty. 2nd and 8 after the penalty.
And now everybody's in tight except for one wide receiver to the top side. There's a man covering him, but all 10 others in tight. Man in motion. And the handoff to Corfield. Corfield down in close to the 25-yard line. Pickup of what looks to be about 2 maybe on the play to the 26. And now we have another player that is down. And this player is a
Western Beaver player. I can't make out the number. Hey, on the previous play, whenever we had the fumble, Moman did go off the field very gingerly, so he got hit pretty hard when he fumbled the ball, and he did go over to the sidelines.
All right, we'll take a break for this injury timeout here as they tend to him. Hopefully he'll be back up and on his feet in a moment. 11:08 to go in the third quarter. 20-20 Southside and Western Beaver here at Western Beaver on Beaver County Radio.
It's time to tackle your HVAC unit's problems before they happen. It's time to call the winning team at Johnson's Heating and Cooling. Temperatures will be changing, so it's the perfect time to call Johnson's for a maintenance check. And here's the best part. If you're in Beaver County, you're close to Johnson's, conveniently located in Beaver Falls. Find out why customers keep running back to Johnson's Heating and Cooling for prompt, reliable service and competitive pricing. Call 724-581-4195 or visit johnsonsheating@comcast.net.
Wyatt Sparabani on defense at linebacker, the injured Golden Beaver, and he's walking it off. Got a Gatorade bottle in his hand. Hopefully he'll be back out on the field in no time.
3rd down and 6.
This is a big one. And clearly you're talking about 2 down, going for it 3rd, 4th down here.
But this is still
this
one
kind
of
of
those
range.
high-pressure 3rd downs that Frazier did so well in the first half. Let's see how this new quarterback can handle it.
Matijevic under center.
It looks like an offside.
Decides to keep it. Looking, throwing out of the bounds and throwing it away just to avoid the loss of yardage on that one.
No
I don't
penalty
see a
flag.
flag anywhere. So 4th and what comes out to be 6, which is a little surprising to me. You're doing so well running the ball. You have a brand new guy at quarterback. Why have him roll that way to throw it? You pick up a couple of yards. Next thing you know, you just need 4 and 2 and 4 and 3 and get that 1st down again.
Yeah,
unless
right.
you have confidence.
It's not just having confidence, it's showing confidence. You want to show this young quarterback you believe in him, he thinks he can make the play, and whether he does it or not, it says something to that kid, and he's going to remember it.
Matovich back to pass, has it, tosses it out. Look at that. Corfield able to pick up first down yardage once again. Corfield coming from that wing back position, a little pass out in the flat, and he just winged it out there on a rope.
And he had the confidence. It wasn't his first throw. He threw that ball the last time, didn't work out so well. His coach believed in him. Another throw, and he executes it perfectly. And for a young kid, that means a lot when you go out there. This is his first time of the season, young kid out there playing quarterback. He's building confidence.
They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. It looks as though he may have kept it himself on that one with the fake toss, able to pick up a couple of yards down to the 15-yard line. Ball right around the midway point between the stripes now. 10-10 to go in the third quarter. Running clock. Southside and Western Beaver at 20 apiece.
I just can't get over how these quarterbacks are lead blocking like fullbacks. When I was in college, even in high school, the quarterbacks wore the red jerseys in practice, let alone playing a lead block role in a game as a fullback. It's great to see. Big physical guys up front, but also a quarterback getting after it blocking.
Under center, man in motion, tossed to the and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. What a play from the defense coming off that corner, and the first tackle for loss I think we've seen tonight.
Yeah, Sparbani came off the corner and made a nice tackle, loss of 4.
Yeah, Brooks Mizik on that run, just not able to get anywhere.
He kept his assignment, and that's what you got to do to stop this wing T offense. You got to keep your assignment. Something else, too, to note, just as this half goes, they're not running up to the line as fast as they were in the first half. I'm noticing we have more time to talk amongst each other in between plays. So, taking
under
a little
center,
bit of a break.
Man in motion. Corfield has it, looking for that corner. Not able to get it this time. Western Beaver doing a really good job, Frank, of actually holding him in and keeping him from going outside.
Yeah, they've got the linebackers really working the sill off that corner, knowing that that's his favorite play.
And now we're looking at fourth and what looks to be 9 yards, they're going to call it. Maybe a straight up 10, considering where the down marker is and where the
you got to go for
yardage
it here, right?
Yeah,
Frank?
fourth. They're going to go for it. The last time they were 4th and 6, they threw up the pass, picked up 9. Looks like they may do that again.
Takes a snap, back, looking for Corfield.
Oh, nice
Corfield
catch.
catches it with a
What a
one-handed catch. Andrew Corfield, he went up there with one hand and just grabbed it. Takes a snap, back, looking for Corfield.
Oh, nice
Corfield
catch.
catches it with a
What a
one-handed
catch.
Corfield and out of the back in and able to pick up first down yardage on that play.
Looked like Lynn Swan out there. Gracefully going up, one hand, pulls it in, turns upfield, gets the first down. Big play for Southside Beaver.
Yeah, that must be it was the exact same pass play that they got 9 on when they needed 6. This time they needed 9, and they picked up 16.
And now, 1st and goal from inside the 5. It looks as though they're going to call it the 3-yard line. Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver. Corfield in motion. Dive play right up the middle to Roy. How close does he get? They're going to say he's inside the 1.
He's right there, and the way Southside's been pushing things around up front all night, I would expect another similar play, whether it's a dive up the middle or maybe the quarterback takes it to the left, but you're looking at a half a yard now.
We got another cramp, another player down.
All right, well, they tend to him. We'll tend to business. Back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
Hey you, looking to finally wrap up that big project but can't find that last tool you need to get the job done? Go to D&G Rentals. D&G Rentals of Beaver Falls is the multi-tool of Northwest Pittsburgh in finding equipment rentals of all kinds. Whether it's renting a straight head grinder for a week or a circular saw for a few hours, D&G has you covered with everything you need for bargain prices. Visit D&G Rentals in Beaver Falls today and indulge in the most complete equipment rental store Northwest Pittsburgh has to offer.
And we are back, and the injured player, Kai Hudson, looks as though he's just dealing with cramps. He got the Gatorade bottle and walking off the field. Coming up after the game, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. Mike Azadian hosting that coming up. We'll get to hear from him once this game concludes, and we wrap it up with our Electric Garage Doors postgame show. Under center, everybody's in tight, and he decides to keep it himself, calls his own number. Does he get it? He's short by maybe the width of a foot. I mean, that referee is about as close to that end zone as you could possibly be.
It's hard to pick up that ball in that crowd of big crowd of humans, but it is the nose of the ball is just shy of the goal line.
I always wondered how refs
Actually, a Western Beaver player just put his foot up against it. It was the width of his left foot. I thought he was going to do the pro thing where the guy kicked it a few years ago, kicked it back, slid it back a few inches.
I like a quick snap here.
Under center.
See,
takes a snap.
False start.
False start.
And that's why you do a quick snap. When you're that close to the goal line, a false start backs you up 5 yards. Offsides doesn't do you anything. So the offense is, the advantage is go after it. Quick snap. Don't give yourself an opportunity to make a mistake like that. That's a big mistake. Third down. Now it's 5.
Third down and 6.
6.
Yeah, I guess they do
that's a
call
short 6.
Yes.
Yeah, they got to call
it's
6.
It's about as short a 6 as you can possibly get. There are no 6s that are shorter.
I'll tell you a story after we have some time listening to the Southside coaches next door.
They changed it to 5 on the scoreboard.
Medovich under
must be
center.
listening to us.
Decides to toss it back to the wingback, trying to find some room, and Western Beaver playing everything in tight, able to stop them, pickup of about 1. It would have been a great play if they were still inside the 1.
Yeah.
But it's not all that great of a play when you're 5 yards back.
Do they go for this, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're going to go for it. I mean, your choice is, do you kick a field goal, but you've missed 2 extra points on blocks tonight. One was a low snap, one was a high snap. Not really the kicker's fault. It was just a bad center-holder exchange.
Now, if I understand this correctly, if you go for the field goal and you miss, they get the ball all the way back out to the 20. If you go for it here on 4th down and you don't get it, they get the ball wherever the stop is. Now it's 4th and 2, under center. Wingbacks. He rolls, he's looking, he throws
open.
it, and it gets batted away.
Corfield was wide
batted
open.
Away.
Corfield came out of his wing position, was wide open on the goal line. Unfortunately, a great play by number 77 on defense. Sawyer Chafee, 5'10", sophomore, 280 pounds. He got up off of his feet, both hands high in the air, and blocked it. What a great play by Chafee.
Big stop. I think that's the first stop of the night. First drive stop for Western of the night.
Second one. We had that punt. That was first stop on downs at 4th down, but there was that one drive that was stopped. We had a punt by Western Beaver to start the game off, and then Southside, this is their second stop of the night.
End of the first half, the punter almost had one launched over his head. You're absolutely right.
So now it's Western Beaver. They get a 1st and 10. They're at their own 2. And Southside's thinking, listen, if we can really play really hard-nosed football here, keep it in tight.
They got the pickle jar down there.
Is that what they have,
the
pickle jars?
22 got the pickle jar.
So think about this, Southside, 12 plays, 65 yards, and you came up 2 yards short.
Wow.
What does that do to your psyche now coming out on defense? Key here is they can flip the field by holding Western Beaver and not letting them get a first down.
Tank, let's go to the sideline. Tank, what do you think about what's going on down there? First of all, are they sharing the pickle juice with you on that sideline?
I wish. I love me some pickles. We got a bigger story here. Number 7 for Western Beavers on the sideline over here on the bench, not looking too great.
That's the quarterback.
Yes,
quarterback,
yes,
Amari Marshall.
And he's looking like he's in some pain here. Hopefully everything's okay with him.
So maybe both starting quarterbacks.
I'm telling you what, the field down here is not in great condition. There's chunks missing. it's very easy to roll an ankle or twist a knee down here. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, when he went down, Tank, I thought it was a cramp like the previous 3 or 4 players.
I got a score for Beaver Falls.
Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second. Snap back. Looks as though it was a Wildcat. He's off to the races. All the way out to the 20-yard line. There was a great positioning move by the cornerback out there that gave him a reason for pause for a moment, or that could have been broken for a touchdown, but still a great pickup over that right side.
Yeah, and actually Eli Buchanan saved the day, making a shoestring tackle. He was the last line of defense, or that would have been a 98-yard return.
So Southside got a little adversity here. They drove all the way down the field, didn't score. Now they got to play some defense. Let's see how they respond.
Sparbane playing the Wildcat.
Ooh,
he had the big pickup.
Fumble.
And who has it?
I think
it looks as though Western Beaver was able to get it back. So at this point, if you can't run Omari Marshall, they're going to go with Sparbane at the Wildcat position, hoping that Marshall can come back in. So Sparbane in the Wildcat, Braden Mayo on his hip, which is an interesting combination to have back there because both of them really effective runners. Sparbane last week averaging 20 yards a carry. He's in the shotgun, Wildcat formation, takes a snap. Oh, now it's a different running back. And he takes the dive play up the middle once again. That one was Braden Mayo on the Wildcat that time.
He picks up 8 for the first down.
And slow to get up, number 2, Amari Moman for Southside. Limping a little bit, trying to get his composure about him. He's going to stay in.
This is a test of will. This is what high school football is all about. Test of will, keeping your composure, facing adversity, overcoming it. Let's see who
Moman
gets it
was
done
just
here.
substituted out. Late substitute, Moman out, and 55 in.
Paxton, and another play over the left side. Nice pickup. Actually, no. The blocking went down a lot further downfield than the play did.
Yeah, it came back line of scrimmage. No
That's
gain.
it. That's it. So, Paxton Marshall in for Amari Moman. And we'll see how well this goes. Southside trying to stand tight. 2nd down and 10. Going to the left. Cutting back over the right side. And a nice stop. Andrew Corfield on a stop there with a 2-3 yard pickup. And now a 3rd and long for Western Beaver.
25 Paxton Short replaced Moman when Moman went out of the game.
And now it's 3rd and long. We're looking at a 3rd and about, 6, maybe a short 7 here.
The game's still tied at 20-20. After the first half we saw, we thought maybe it'd be a little more scoring, but these adjustments at halftime, 20-20, and high-pressure 3rd down moment here for the backup quarterback.
And the Wildcat, and he's going to get stopped right around the 36-yard line.
Tuck that ball.
A virtual no gain. The swarming defense from Southside. A number of players in on that stop, including Paxton Short.
Paxton Short, but the guys that really sealed it off was Alex Schreier and Brooks Misick. Those two really sealed the corner, and Paxton Short made sure that he did not get out of those shoestring tackles.
And now we're looking at a 4th down, 7 yards to go. So Western Beaver for the first time tonight in punt formation.
And they're going to punt?
Yeah.
Looks like it, huh?
Yeah, they're really forced to with a 4th and 7, 3:05 to go, 3 minutes to go with the running clock at this point. He was near the out of bounds marker, but they're going to say his forward progress was stopped. We're down to 5 seconds to go.
Here we go.
Are they going to fake it?
Looks like.
Are they going to fake it? Or
Maybe
are they
they're
going
just going to try and draw them off.
Nope, They let the play clock run out. That was a good attempted move to try to get Southside to jump, and then all of a sudden it's a 4th and 2, and then you decide, maybe we go for it on 4th and 2.
And that was some great acting by Western Beaver, because at first I thought one of the players was acting like he didn't know where he was supposed to be, but then in reality he did set up, and then the punter came up under center trying to fool everybody.
And how about these coaching staffs coming out here making adjustments? Both offenses were on fire in the first half. Second half, looks like walking into a defensive struggle so far. So going to be an interesting game here.
Coming up after the game, the Electric Garage Doors postgame show. We'll recap this game. CCBC players of the game. Punt is away, and they'll let it roll all the way down to the 36-yard line. So Southside takes it over 1st and 10 from the 36. So now we have backup quarterbacks here. And it looks as though Southside may be in a little bit better of a position with their backup quarterback, considering Western Beaver has decided not to go with the backup quarterback. They're going with the running backs instead.
You just answered the question, right? They're using their 2 running backs as a wildcat. The question is, can either one of them play quarterback and make a throw? We do know that the sophomore who's now taken over for Southside, he is capable of getting the ball downfield. He completed 2 big passes in that last drive to keep drives alive.
Almost a third. That was a touchdown on that last play too. So
Todd Medovich under center.
Lot to watch.
1 wide receiver, far side, ball in the near hash mark. They're going from left to right. Rolling.
Ooh.
He's going to be sacked for a big loss. Western Beaver coming in and just stifling him at that point.
The linebacker, Wyatt Sparbaney, he just beat the center, came right over the center, and we've got, a
loss of 11.
11.
That was a huge play on first down.
These defenses are coming alive. Now, it's tough to keep up the momentum on offense without your starting quarterbacks, but these defenses are also coming alive. Coaches making an adjustment at halftime and
now we talk about,
in the third quarter.
Let me ask you this. We talk about halftime adjustments. How real are they?
Oh, they're real, especially when you're playing a defense like the wing T. Coaches will absolutely make new assignments and keep kids going different ways or play different defense altogether.
Back to pass. And in and out of the hands of Amari Moman.
Yeah. Got to catch that ball, son.
So now we're looking at 3rd and 22 for Southside. And I don't know what play they have drawn up for this one. But there's a very real possibility that if they're able to hold them, Western Beaver could easily be getting this ball back right around midfield, which is a huge difference compared to where they were just the drive before.
You do have a couple of options here. You have tried to pass the ball here early in this drive. You have some options. You have Corfield coming around that corner, or you get the quarterback out in space, and can he find the open man and get them into another first down?
Medovich under center, quick pass.
Oh, boy,
intercepted. Intercepted by Western Beaver. Wow, Braden Mayo with the interception. He read that quick slant, jumped right in front of it, and the light celebration is on.
The big light celebration here tonight.
We got to see it, Mangino, huh? It made your night. You got to see flashing lights.
I got to see This is better than a fireworks display to me.
What a great read by Mayo. Medovich just made a little rollout. He was looking for Corfield in that little open space there. Mayo stayed home. He didn't get fooled, and the ball went right into his stomach.
And, he was like crouched down, too. I couldn't even see him from up here, really. The receiver looked like he was open about 4 or 5 yards down the field. Linebacker was hidden. Good defensive play by Mayo.
Amari Marshall is back in a quarterback. Shotgun. Hands it out to Sparbain. Sparbain trying to make a couple of people miss. Coming back over this left side. He has the edge down inside the 20-yard line. Finally knocked down around the 15. Running with authority, Wyatt Sparbain.
And we're heading into this fourth quarter, and it looks like Western Beaver starting to show their cards. They're just going to pound the ball with Sparbain with their starting quarterback. Still out of the game, I believe. I know the starting quarterback is back in the game.
Yes.
So maybe they'll make some adjustments
too.
But
the thing is, even if Marshall was not healthy enough to really go, he does have the passing threat that they have to respect. And I think that's why Sparbain had so much open space, because they still have to stay home and respect Marshall. Whereas when they were running the Wildcat, you could just come straight downhill.
And no one knows how bad it is. So it's also possible as a decoy as well.
Or the pickle juice worked and the cramps went away.
I've been, I should be a salesman for pickle juice. Been plugging this stuff for years. The Cowboys did it.
I gotta start drinking pickle.
I'm telling you, they did it when they were cramping.
Yeah, but that's why the Florida State Gatorade, right? That's where that came from.
Killed pickle juice. Gatorade killed pickle juice, I think.
Or pickle juice is going to try to kill Gatorade.
Marshall handoff.
Tuck that ball in.
Sparbain once again has it. And they're going after. That was an attempt by Amari Moman at stripping that football loose, but he was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, the nice gang tackling there between Moman and Myzik and a couple of other players. But he kept his feet moving, man.
That's Sparbane. He's such a quick runner, and Western Beavers running backs are quick runners. They just got to keep that ball tucked in.
They're going to let it run down.
It's going to end up coming out. So here we go. Scoreless third quarter. Heading into the fourth quarter. First game under the lights. This is high school football in Western Pennsylvania.
Sure is. 20-20. The game all locked up here on Beaver County Radio.
J. Young Refuse and Industry is proud to be an integral part of Beaver County for the past 36 years. Featuring a wide range of recycling services for contracted areas, they are sure to help you get the job done. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceed safety and service throughout the day, while their customer service representatives take professionalism to the next level. J. Young Refuse offers both commercial and residential pickup as well. Call J. Young Refuse at 724-495-6199 today.
The unexpected happens. When it does, you have peace of mind that you can rely on your local insurance agent. As an independent agency, S.E. Snyder in Rochester can represent you to several insurance companies so we can get you the best coverage for the best price. We pride ourselves in customer service and honest sales. You shouldn't feel pressured with an insurance quote, so if you need a quote or have questions about the coverage you need, talk with us until you're satisfied. Call S.E. Snyder Insurance Agency in Rochester today at 724-774-3584.
Let's check in with Tank Latham with the Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty's sideline report. Tank?
Tell you what, guys, the energy on this sideline on Western Beaver is cranked up full throttle. They are really into this game. Coaches and players are going crazy. It looked like the issue with number 7 might have been just equipment. They were working on his helmet there for a while. Another injury, number 50, who used to be number 99 on Southside, he had to leave the field. A referee called him out for getting up a little wobbly. Hopefully he's okay over there. He's been playing really well all night as well.
Yeah, that's the lineman, Paul Polcher.
Yeah, he's been all over the field, making all kinds of plays on both sides of the field.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Tank. Here we go. Western Beaver set up. Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver. Looks like Marshall decided to call his own number. He's not the decoy. He's running. He's making men miss. He's all the way inside the 10-yard line.
I think it's fair to say he's healthy.
No, he grabbed his. He actually went back and grabbed the back of his leg.
He's still going though. He's staying out there. He's not wanting to come in off the field. So now we're looking at
pickup of 8.
Third down. They're going to call it 6 yards on that one. 3rd and 4 on this play. And they're looking to the sideline for the play. The officials saying they can go ahead and go whenever they're ready. Amari Marshall with Braden Mayo on his hip. He decides to call his own number one more time, right up the middle. And he was stuffed by Paxton Short right around the line of scrimmage and fell forward, though.
Nice tackle by Paxton Short. Looks like he did pick up a few yards on the play.
It's one of those plays where those middle linebackers just know.
Paxton Short forward, though.
Pack a few yards.
Linebacker did it against the running back that's been very forceful tonight. That's the way you fill a hole and make sure they have a 4th down here, 4th and 2 coming up here on the 7-yard line.
I know you're trying to mix things up, but why not give it to Sparbane, who can get you so much, either out into the flats or straight up the middle.
I'd have a hard time not giving it to him every play.
Sparbane and Mayo in the backfield. In fact, it's a full house backfield, and now they're calling timeout. Timeout on the field, and it's going to be a timeout Southside. 20-20 is the score, 10-26, 4th and 2, and this is a huge play. I mean, this could be the game already. If Southside's able to stop them and keep them from scoring, then they have an opportunity for life back. But if Western Beaver is able to get this first down and ultimately score, it could be enough.
Could be. It's a high-pressure moment right now. These young men got to face this adversity on both sides, and it's just being disciplined and doing what you're supposed to do, not trying to do too much, and obviously bringing the right effort to the play. I don't think that's going to be the problem. A play like this, 4th and 2, first game of the season, fourth quarter, everyone's going to be amped up for the play. The question is, can you hold your discipline? Can you make sure you're keeping to your assignment and making the play when it comes to you and when you're doing your assignment right?
Frank, what do you call?
The turnover by Southside Beaver gave him the short field. For me right here, I may even look at trying to pass the ball because,
Interesting.
Marshall has been very effective rolling out and finding the open man.
Marshall, he's a run threat, too.
Going under center, full house behind him with Mayo and Sparbane at the tailback position. Their eyes stacked to the left. Sparbane has it. Tackled from behind.
Big play.
I don't think he got it.
Nope.
Big play.
He did not make it. What a penetrating move coming off of that left edge and able to get Sparbane in the backfield.
That defense for Southside just wanted it on that play. They came in, they kept to their assignment, and they drove back. They controlled the line of scrimmage, is what they call that. And it paid off. Big play, high pressure play. Now we'll see if their offense can drive down. Who would have thought in the fourth quarter, same score that we had heading into halftime?
That's right.
After the half we saw, first half, these adjustments these coaches are making.
But also remember, both teams got inside the red zone. They got inside the 10-yard line.
That's a good point.
And neither team scored.
Yeah.
Both teams could have cooked a field goal and taken the points, but they're being, trying to make sure that a touchdown could actually win the game, right?
And early in the season, special teams sometimes aren't all that special.
It's not necessarily what you would practice the most, I would think. However, Southside and a play around the right side and another loss of a couple of yards on a play from Southside on a run. That is a couple of times now that Western Beaver has been able to be so disciplined that they've been able to penetrate through that line and get a tackle for loss.
Right now they're really focusing in on Corfield because he's got a lot of big runs off of that corner. And so we've seen the last two series, they've been keying in on him. So maybe this opens up opportunities for Curtis Roy, or maybe a double reverse like they did earlier in the game, trying to get him off balance.
And with this offense, it's so much about timing. And having a new quarterback in there to work the timing, it just takes a little bit more to make sure everyone's going to the right spots.
2nd and 12. The ball was on the 5-yard line. Southside has it and trying to get around that right edge, and they just cannot get around that edge at all. Maybe a half a yard pickup at best. What they were doing really well at the beginning of the game was taking Corfield over the left side of the line and then bringing him over. And it's almost as though it's almost getting predictable at this point for Southside.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because they've been able to stuff that play. 4 out of the last 5 runs that Corfield has had have gone for basically no gains. It'll be interesting what they draw up here.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game when they were going with Corfield and then Western Beaver keyed Corfield, they ran that reverse that you were just talking about, and it was a big play. Here we go. Under center. Everybody's in tight. Back.
Now we had motion.
Here comes a flag. Who's it against? It looks as though it may be Southside.
Legal procedure.
And it's interesting, too. You're looking at the potential of the penalties that really hurt Western Beaver early, now hurting Southside.
I think it might have been a double reverse because the receiver covering the end over here, he started to move towards that direction before the snap of the ball, and Corfield was in motion coming.
Wow.
Even the timing when you get a new quarterback in, even the timing of the cadence can throw things off when you're so used to a rhythm. So that all that stuff plays into what's going on here.
3rd and 15.
I'd like to see a confidence-building screen play, something like that, simple. See if they can get out in the open and get a first down.
Medovich under center, hands it off, and able to get back to the original line of scrimmage in maybe a yard or two, setting up a 4th and long. And we go back to the last time that they had the punt. Paul Polcher is the long snapper.
It's a dangerous punt.
It was a little bit high on that snap.
Paxton Short saved the day. Right now you've got a new snapper, and Paxton Short is kicking from his end zone.
You got to remember, letting it go is better than a fumble. Fumble could turn into a touchdown. Letting it go turns into a safety.
He's going to be kicking this from his own end zone.
Don't want to let it go, but...
And the return man is set up at the 36-yard line. Here comes a flag.
They're going to be 5 yards back, or looks like a illegal formation maybe.
I think the
didn't have enough men on the line maybe.
No, Mr. Ludwig looked like he was going to call. He was counting players, and so
Let's see.
He must have. No, they are moving him back.
Illegal substitution against Southside.
Oh, boy.
I thought he was
So
picking.
now this penalty issue now
Jeez.
against Southside in the second half.
Heels are on the end zone there, on the out-of-bounds line.
And the return man for Western Beaver right around the 31. They're going to have fantastic field position. Low snap,
Fumbled.
botched it, got it
Still
away. Got it away. It bounces at the 25-yard line. It rolls all the way out to around the 39.
Oh, no. We've got more personal fouls coming here.
Here we go.
Yeah, the question is, was the first call on number 12 or were both flags on number 14 for Southside?
And whether or not it was a post-possession penalty.
Thorne Johnson took a couple of liberties at number 2 for Western Beaver, and that would be David Van Treska.
So John Ludwig talking it over with his crew. They're all huddled around the 15-yard line or so. And now we're waiting to get an official word. The referee going to go over and talk to Luke Travelpiece and let him know what's happening. Now you got to wonder, is he asking him what he wants to do? This will be interesting.
I mean, the one flag came in post-play because I turned back towards my right.
Let's see what they call.
If it's on Western, as long as it's after the kick was off.
It looks as though the
the ball's back here
the
now.
Southside crew is still on the field. The team is still on the field around the 10-yard line. And now Western Beaver is coming back out. So, yeah, it's really confusing at this point. Mr. Ludwig, what's going on?
Are they going to mark it off from there? They're going to count the... Ooh.
Number 14 ejected.
From Southside.
From Southside.
That's
that is
Thorne Johnson.
So now the was a dead ball foul, so the ball rolled out to the 39, and now it's a 15-yard penalty from the 39 back to the 24-yard line. It's Western Beaver ball. 7:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Score is tied at 20 apiece, and they're all spread out. 4 wide receivers. Amari Marshall. Back to pass, looking, throws it up toward the end zone. Does he have a guy?
Ooh.
Just beyond the outstretched arms of his receiver? That looked like David Ventresca. No, was that Ventresca? No, it wasn't. Kai Hudson.
Yeah, Kai Hudson.
Kai Hudson went up for that one.
My high school coach used to always say, never throw a long ball short and never throw a short ball long. The quarterback there did the right thing. He overthrew it just a little bit, much better than underthrowing it. You underthrow it, it turns into an interception. There, he gave his receiver and only his receiver a shot.
And it did touch his fingertips.
Snap, back, handoff. Braden Mayo has it right up the middle inside the 20-yard line, down close to first down yardage. Will they give him a first down?
Marking it at
He's
the 20.
down around the 15-yard line. They are 15-yard line. I think he has to get really close to the 14.
Yeah, 3rd and 1
for a first down.
You know, Mangino, you were talking about earlier in the day how conditioning plays its part. This is when we see who was working out last April, who was working out last May, who was getting those wind sprints in, who's going to win the line of scrimmage on plays like this. 3rd and 1.
Marshall back, hands it off, right up the middle again. Braden Mayo has it, first down pickup down close to the 10-yard line. It looks as though they're going to call him just outside the 10 so they can get another first down before they get a touchdown. Western Beaver, 6:45 to go in the game, in the middle of the field between the hash marks, and they really feel as though, you got to believe that they feel as though they're in control of this at this point.
Yeah, but Frank made the point earlier, they've been down here before. You know, the teams have been driving the ball, it's just there seems to be a lid on the end zone. Let's see if they can break through it.
Sparabane and Mayo in the backfield with Marshall. 1 wide receiver to the top. Everybody else in tight. Sparabane has it right up the middle. All the way down inside the 5-yard line. Close to a first down pickup. Looks as though he got maybe 9 on that play. What a run by Sparabane. 6 minutes to go, running clock.
I think the offensive line for Western Beaver has really inserted itself on its last 3 runs. Both Mayo and Sparbane on that last one has had a lot of green grass going up the middle.
And if I recall correctly, there's been some injuries on the south side.
Handoff in the end zone. Touchdown, Braden Mayo. He was galloping in that end zone. Nobody touching him. They score. 26-20. What a big score for Western Beaver there.
And we got a light show again. Hopefully,
we love these light shows.
Hopefully the people that are watching, our fans that are watching live stream are enjoying the light show. For you at home, for those of you at home listening to the live broadcast, just understand that it's really cool what they can do with technology today.
Well, Southside's still in this game. Just one score down. This extra point is critical. 6-point lead right now.
The snap, the hold, botched,
bad hold.
Blocked.
Tough hold.
Wow. 26-20.
That could come back.
It could. There's plenty of time here for Southside to be able to mount a drive and be able to either extra point it or 2-point conversion. The key now is it's really about timing at this point, isn't it, guys? You want to be able to have the ball last. Yeah. And if you're going to go down and score, you want to score, but then again, you don't want to give Western Beaver time to score and then not leave yourself enough time to come back again.
Absolutely correct. And remember, both teams missed opportunities to score in the third quarter. This particular touchdown to go to 26-20 for Western Beaver was set up by a very short field after a bad punt.
Fry Transportation Update Desk. How about this one? Got word from New Brighton. 40-14 to start the fourth quarter. New Brighton.
Wow. How about those lines, huh?
Wow. Yeah, and the game within the game that we're seeing right now. Here's a backup quarterback. You know, you got to remember the most important play is the next play, and he's getting out there, and his team needs him, and this is an opportunity for him to have put a good drive together, and help his team out and have his teammates help him out. So you got to keep that confidence. Confidence amongst these young men in these types of situations are crucial, and it's not easy. Not easy going down here. I think first time they've been down the whole game. Maybe not.
They're ready to kick off here at the 40-yard line. Once again, left to right. Deep man around the 15-yard line. Coming up, bounces it around the 28, picks it up at the 25, runs forward over the 30 to the 35-yard line. And now it's Western Beaver, Amari Moman with the pickup there on that. Let's go on to Tank Latham on the sideline. And Tank, what a drive that was for Western Beaver, and how important was that score?
Yeah, that was a great drive there, and capped off by some great blocking by the interior linemen. They opened up that hole. Kudos to the offensive line coach and the hard-working big guys down here. I'm telling you, these Western Beaver people are pretty pumped up. I don't think Southside's going to score another point here.
Tank Latham with the Lisa Latham team brokered by eXp Realty sideline report. Toss back to Corfield. Corfield looking for the edge. Can he get it? Maybe a couple of yards, and that's about it. They're going to call him down right around the 39-yard line. He picked up 2 as he was trying to get around that left side that was so successful earlier in the game.
You know, Mangino, they need to go 64 yards in 6 minutes. So they do have time on their side, but they're going to need bigger chunk plays. They can't do it 2 yards at a time.
At some point, Coach Travelpiece is going to have to put his confidence in this young quarterback and see if he can perform in these high-pressure situations.
Medovich under center, man in motion. Back, he's passing, he's looking, he finds a man, and just beyond the outstretched arms of Amari Moman, just not able to bring that in.
You know, with a new quarterback, receivers, that was a catchable ball. Could have been a nice confidence booster, would have probably been a first down there. Got to catch that ball.
And what's difficult for Southside is that if you are not doing the absolutely perfectly positioned and timed pass that's most advantageous to you, you're setting yourself up for second and long and third and long, and the offense just isn't built to be able to handle that most of the time.
Yeah, you're right about that, Mangino. And the fact of the matter is that, with Dawson Frazier, that little rollout, he was dead on for those, and they picked up 3 first downs on that same play.
Minovich back, looking, wants to throw. Pressure's coming. He's sacked. He's brought back down behind the line of scrimmage, back before the original yardstick close to the 35-yard line. So now it's 4th and 11. And Southside, that was just moving the ball at will in that first half, is having a terrible time getting any positive yardage on their drives here in the second.
Yeah, and that sack goes to number 60 for Western Beaver, Aiden Hall, the sophomore, 6'2", 230 pounds. He ran down the faster Matijevic.
Now with 4 minutes left, 2 timeouts Southside has. This is a couple timeouts, and they'll be in the victory formation.
Snap. High one, got it away, and partially blocked. It only made it to about the 39-yard line and roll out of bounds inside their own territory. So Western Beaver now up by 6, has it 1st and 10 at the 41. Back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Here we go. So 4:04. Western Beaver has the ball, and this really, it comes down to this crucial drive. Southside has to stop them, don't they, Frank?
They have to stop them, and Western Beaver's on a short field again. They're inside the 50 at the 41-yard line. 1 first down, 2 first downs will definitely kill the clock, but they're also in position where they can do some good stuff here and maybe get a touchdown and really
Frank,
put the game out of reach.
You've been calling these plays like you're in the headset. What do you think we're going to see here right now?
I think it's going to be handoff heavy to Sparbaney, or Marshall's just going to hold it himself.
He's looking over to the sideline looking for the play, feeling good. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap, hands it off. Nope, fakes it, keeps it himself, tries to get outside. 40, 35, 30. One man to beat out to the out, all the way into the 21-yard line till he finally knocked out of bounds. What a great play. It was almost as though they were keying Sparbain.
Yeah.
And he read that. That would look like it was an option play at that point. It was RPO.
And later in the game, as your fatigue kicks in, it's not just the physical contact that becomes more difficult. It's also keeping your discipline on plays and making sure that you're in the right place.
And once again, Marshall shotgun. Braden Mayo deep behind him. He hands it off. Mayo right up the middle with power inside the 20-yard line. They're now in red zone territory. Nice pickup of about maybe 3-4 yards on first down, Frank.
Yeah, he got 3 yards, and I think here, as good as Marshall is and as much confidence you have with him to throw the ball, it's either going to be him running or a handoff to Mayo or Sparbain the rest of the way.
3:30 to go in a running clock. 2 timeouts for Southside. Substitution. And it looks as though that
if we get a stop here, 3rd and 4 or 5 or so, my guess is that Southside will call timeout because Western's now running the clock.
Yeah, the play clock is all the way down to 7 seconds. They're taking their good old time. Snap, handoff, Braden Mayo up the middle. Nice pickup of a couple. He's down to about the 16-yard line.
Yep, they called it.
And now timeout by Southside. 2:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Southside trailing by 6, 26-20. What a different game this was in the second half.
Totally
different. I would have never thought, after what we saw in that track meet in the first half, that we would see 6 points total at this point in the second half.
It's crazy. Now, Frank, I got a question for you here. It's 3rd and 8. Ball's on the 18-yard line. They get 4th and 4 or something like that. Do they go for it, or do they kick a field goal? I mean, in the first half they definitely go for it, but this is a different half.
Yeah,
so maybe we'll see some special.
You're right
things.
about that, but I don't want to take chance of a blocked field goal.
It's true.
Or a muffed field goal and give them momentum. I would rather run it, try to get it as close to that first down, maybe get the first down. If I don't, they have 95 yards to go for a touchdown, or
with
90 yards to go
with
with
no
touchdown.
Timeouts probably
with
by
one
then.
timeout left and less than 2 minutes, about 2 minutes to go in a game. It's almost impossible in high school football when you don't have a quarterback.
A first down here ices it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So they're
I
looking
think
at
so.
3rd and 6.
Maybe not officially ices it.
But 3rd and 6, but for all practicality, 3rd and 6 here for Western Beaver. 2:58 to go. Under center. Gets back up, looks over to the sideline.
Clock's
he has a wide receiver to the left, one to the right.
We had a timeout.
Double tight ends on the right-hand side. And now he goes back into the shotgun. And it looks as though it's Sparbane on his left hip. He takes it, hand off to Sparbane. Sparbane over the right side, trying to get the first down. He has it, and a whole lot more all the way down inside the 5.
Down to the 3. They're going to mark him at the 3.
Just a gritty run. Just a gritty run. That young man wanted to get that first down. Wasn't going to be stopped. He was hit a number of times. Tough run.
Now, with one timeout, Southside can call it. For Busby, you go and you score. I mean, right? I mean, is there any doubt here that you go for the score? I mean, it's one thing to win, but then again, you don't want to take advantage of a fellow coach and team. But at this point,
if you could run out the clock,
score.
in theory, they can get another possession if they stop you. Not much time, but Southside can get another possession. You got to try to score here.
You got to go for the score because you don't want to risk a fumble, something like that happen in this situation. If you could run out the clock completely, then that's different. But
timeout. This one. Timeout.
Got to be Western.
Timeout
right?
by Western Beaver.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. So 2:08 to go. And then you're running some math in your head at this point, because if you take 3 these and you just want to just kill the clock and let it go, you're still talking about giving Southside the ball back with 96 yards to go with about 30 seconds left to go on the clock.
Correct. I mean, that's your choices. Do you score and put the game away? You're not rubbing it in their face, right, because of the timing of the game and how close the game is. If it was 2 touchdowns and they scored, I'd say, okay, you're rubbing it in their face. Here, you're ensuring that nothing odd can happen, right? We've all been in our life experiences watching sports where you see the unexpected happen. So, I mean, here they can fumble, they can do a lot of things.
Especially in high school football.
Right. I mean, kids are still
very emotional. It's, a little more undisciplined just because they're younger kids, and you never know what could happen.
So I'm thinking the safest play is just 3 dive plays.
I'd say Mayo up the middle. What do you think, Fred?
Yeah, I think it's either going to be Mayo up the middle or Marshall keeping it. I say Marshall keeps it on it. And then see, if he doesn't get in, just let the clock run.
If you're taking bets on who's right, me or Frank, I would take Frank.
I've been pretty lucky tonight on those calls.
Marshall under center, broken eye with Mayo in the tailback spot. Takes a snap, takes a toss, inside a handoff,
Sneaky.
And a stop by Southside before the goal line. That was a very interesting, tricky play. A lot of moving parts. It could have gone sideways quick.
It's a dangerous play. They executed it well and turned out all right. Looks like we got somebody injured.
Final timeout by Southside with 1:59 to go in the 4th quarter.
There was a player down. I thought they were going to call for an injured timeout.
Yeah. I could have swore I saw Ludwig give the hand signal over towards Southside. They still have 1 timeout on the scoreboard that Southside has shown. Okay, they just took it away.
So we're sitting here talking about something bad can happen. That play had everything. You had a fake toss here, you had a fake run up the middle, and then you tossed the ball back to somebody else. You had 3 different things happen in that play that all could have went wrong. Why? Just get him in ball and let him go right up the center. If he scores, he scores. If he doesn't, you're running the clock off.
Here I am calling for a dive up the middle. You're talking about a tush push, and here we go. We got some triple reverse.
Yeah, we had
inside reverse.
As Tunch Oken used to say, or not Tunch, but Wolfley, right? They had all kind of trickeration on a play that could have cost you the game if somebody picks the ball up and runs 90 yards the other way.
That's right.
Wow.
And stranger things have happened in high school football.
Wow. We'll see what he does this time. Did Busby learn anything from that? It kind of like wipe his brow. And
you got a power back in Mayo. You got a speed back in Sparbane. You got a guy that can do anything with Marshall.
Marshall,
doing trickeration.
Mayo on his hip. He gets the ball. And does he get stopped at the line? It looks as though he does. Southside.
What a defensive stand by Southside.
Ball came out. Why is the clock stopped?
Yeah, who called timeout? Maybe the officials did temporarily?
I don't know. Western got
Because
no
it's
time
at 1:48. The clock. Okay, here comes the clock. They're winding it up. So for whatever reason, they stopped it temporarily. This really shows me a lot from Southside. That you have less than 2 minutes to go in this game. It's goal line stand, and they're not giving up.
They're not rolling over. They're not giving up. They got guts. And is that 55? Was that individual out earlier in the game, and now he's coming back?
Yeah, Anthony Haig. He was down earlier,
yes.
and now he's back in. Huge at defensive tackle. Cody Malmu also, and Lucian Williams.
Just a gritty second half for both teams. Gutsy teams. Well-played football here.
Look, you're a 1A team playing a 2A team. Some people may have thought that with all the environment tonight, Western Beaver was going to run away with this game. You've gone toe-to-toe, punch for punch, and just one bad drive where you made a couple of mistakes and gave them a short field cost you the game.
And it's the river rivalry game, right? Because both of these schools are just right across. The Ohio River splits the school district, so both of them are right there.
I like that. So now Busby calls timeout. It's third down. 2 yards to go, and you got to be thinking about not only this play, but if you don't get it, what the next play is, don't you?
I do. At this point, I think I'm with Frank, and I don't. The way the special teams have gone tonight, I think it's too risky. Risk a bad snap, risk a blocked kick.
You run the ball. If you don't make it,
you've got a
40-second clock rundown, right, until you have to snap the ball. That's going to give them the ball with 20, 25 seconds. Unless
98 yards.
Unless some, your defensive back lets somebody gets behind them and a quarterback throws a 50-yard bomb, this game's over.
And because it's a field goal, the defense isn't set back, so a fluke play is more likely to happen on a field goal. It looks like they're doing a tush push or taking a knee.
Everybody's in tight.
This looks like the
Jalen
Hurts play here, Frank.
Is that legal in high school football?
I don't know.
Looks like we're going to find out.
He's pushing. He's pushing. Does he have it?
I think he does.
Does he have it? He does. Touchdown, Western Beaver. That's all it took was a big push from behind.
If they would have listened to Frank, if they would have listened to Frank a couple of plays ago,
they would have been celebrating earlier.
Yeah.
32-20 now.
I don't know. It just makes no sense to me why you would put yourself in a dangerous position in doing that when you got three guys that can go right up the middle.
That inside double reverse was really
it was interesting.
Interesting call.
Yes. It would have been great in the third quarter.
It would have been fun. It would have been even more interesting if somebody would have fumbled the ball and Southside picked it up and ran the other way. But unfortunately for Western Beaver, they did control the ball.
I don't like doing those plays that close to the goal line because, everything's
Wait
tighter.
Wait a second.
Oh, maybe they're saying.
Okay, they never change the scoreboard. And so
I don't think the referees were ready, so they called the play dead.
And then they backed them up. Illegal formation for Western Beaver. They backed them up.
I didn't see a flag.
I didn't see it either. 3rd and 7. And it's tapped, and he takes it in close to the end zone inside the 5 and stopped. So and now it's 4th at the 4. 4th down at the 4-yard line. And you may be hearing the coaching staff upset about what the officials are not calling about.
Why is the play clock not running? The play clock is not running. It started ticking at 47, and now they're just starting it now?
Maybe it's a little bit of home field advantage.
That play clock should have been running.
Well, because the way it is now, they don't need to run off. They don't need to run a play.
I don't know how that's possible.
They didn't run. Yeah, because the play clock's at 20 seconds. The game clock's at 15. And they're allowing it to continue like this. Nobody's stopping the play. Here comes a penalty from the official. The back judge called a penalty.
Called a penalty. Clock's still running. And this is 4th
Coach
down.
Busby's upset about something.
Administrative. They're calling. I think they're calling a administrative flag on the home team because
of the clocks.
The play
Which
clock
is the
should
right
have
thing to
started.
call. Which is the right thing to call.
You know, it's early in the season. We talked about it with the kids. We talk about it with the refs. Talk about it with the clock. Early in the season, these mistakes happen. Nine seconds on the game.
They called
game
the
clock.
delay of game on Western Beaver, but I think it had to do possibly administratively with the home team running over the clock, because Coach Busby kept pointing up this way to the box.
You know, with these new lights, I don't think anyone wants the game to end.
That's what it
I
is.
think that's what's going on here.
So
We're
the
gonna
touchdown
keep enjoying
never,
the lights. And
here's what we can tell you for sure: the touchdown did not count, and now
it is still a 6-point game.
26-20, fourth down play.
9 seconds left.
9 seconds left
They
to go.
can't just run the clock out. They got to do something.
Yes,
well, you
because
could.
if they-
He could run around back here 20 yards.
Take a 40-yard loss.
Yeah, what do? Takes it, runs.
Oh, he's open.
He's going to
Got
throw
two-
it. He's going to
two-
try to throw it incomplete. So
Okay.
now Southside gets the ball back with 5.3 seconds left to go in the game. What an ending to this game.
Is the band on the field? Is that what's happening now?
Right.
Think about how fast the first half went. We were done with the first half in
no
under
time.
an hour because
Right.
of all the running, and now this game has really slowed down in the second half with all the stuff that's been going on.
And there's some things that you see that's indicative of first games. A lot of personal fouls, a lot of mistakes, but that
Let's
stuff
talk
will
about
get
this
cleaned
guy.
up.
Because I got to get Frank Tank time to be able to figure this out. CCBC players of the game. Tank, who do you like? Tank?
Hello.
Hello, Tank. Who do you like?
Number 7 for West Beaver.
Okay.
22.
And Corfield for Southside. Gotcha. So Amari Marshall for Western Beaver, Corfield for Southside.
Here we go.
Back to pass over the middle, incomplete.
That
2.2
clock is-
seconds left to go. Rep,
I
who do you like?
think Corfield, and then the running back number 6 for Western Beaver, number eight. Yeah,
Sparbane.
Sparbane.
Okay.
Great athlete. Good game. Both of them great athletes.
Frank, who do you like?
My vote is Corfield and Marshall. I don't think they win this game without Marshall and the passes that he threw.
And Corfield and Marshall. I tell you what, I can't argue with that at all. Corfield has been fantastic today. It's a shame Dawson Frazier got hurt, wasn't able to play this second half. So we'll go with Corfield, Tank, and with Marshall.
But we still got 2 seconds left in the game.
And 22.
2.2
I realize there's
seconds.
2.2 seconds.
Frank, what are
Maybe
we
they'll
seeing?
give it to Corfield and he'll really cement the CCBC.
The pitch play here or what?
Back to pass,
little
looking
hook and
over the
lateral.
middle, and intercepted by
Get down.
Western
Get down.
Beaver.
Get down, my man. Get down.
He's not getting down. He's going
not
to try to
getting
run it
down.
back.
And he's going
He
to.
might. All the way inside. He's going to get a touchdown. He does. Interception for a touchdown
Now they get to do
to
the lights
end the
one
game
last
for
time.
Western Beaver.
You know, it's a fun play for that young man. Score a pick six. It's a great thing. But as a coach, as a former coach, play drives me nuts. As soon as you catch that ball, you slide, the game is over. There's no risk of fumbling. There's no risk of anything happening. I am certain that his coach is going to instruct him of that going forward. But
yes,
what
after
a game.
he congratulates him on the interception.
What a great
Yes.
game. First game here in Western Beaver, first of many under the lights. Big W against the Cross River Rivalries. And great game by Southside. Really did a solid job. It's great to be in the booth with you guys. Thank you for
you very
having me.
much. Appreciate it.
Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
I hope we get a
really
chance
enjoyed
to.
it. Really
Thanks
enjoyed
a lot.
Have
It was
yourself
fun.
a great night.
You too. Good time.
Tank, we're going to go with Marshall and with
I didn't see it.
Corfield.
I
Marshall
couldn't make it
and
out.
Corfield for the players of the game, CCBC players of the game, and hopefully get an opportunity to talk to Coach Busby here in just a moment as the fourth quarter comes to a close, and now it is the Electric Garage Doors postgame show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth here on Beaver County Radio. While we are waiting for Tank to be able to get the players and the coaches, how about if we go through some scores from the Fried Transportation Update Desk How about this? West Allegheny and Chartiers Valley, they are tied at 21 in the fourth quarter. Aliquippa all over Bell Vernon, 42-7. That's a final.
I think people were expecting that game to be a little closer, but a great start for Warfield and the Quips.
Central Valley looking good at the beginning, but then Thomas Jefferson just poured it on at the end. 37-14 was the final. Tank, do you have yourself an interview lined up? He may in a moment. Here, let's go over a couple of others here. Elwood City topped Shenango 21-0. Freedom all over Rochester 18-0. Hopewell and the Vikings rolling past the Red Hurricanes 31-6. And I do believe we have Tank down on the field. Tank with our CCBC player of the game from a Western Beaver, Amari Marshall. Tank.
Yeah, I'm here with Amari Marshall, the quarterback and defensive back or safety, I should say, for Western Beaver. Had a great game. You were leading your team out there. Talk to me a little bit about how you put this team on your back and helped them out.
How I did it was, actually I didn't do it myself. My team stepped up and they blocked for me. They went real well. I congratulate them for them. But I know what I could do. I know what I do best. I just run that ball and play good football.
Tell me a little bit about that last play. You intercepted the ball instead of going down. First night, under the lights here. Tell me about what was going through your head right there.
Hey, man, what was going through my head was I had to make history. First time under license, 67 years.
Right,
exactly. You got to make the history. You got to be the first to do it when you are the first to do it, So that's what I love. That's what I do.
Hey, congratulations. I got a little something for you. Hold on here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Amari Marshall.
CCBC player of the game. I got you a little Titan squishy there from CCBC. Hopefully you continue your education. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, I got to get the other guy.
Very good. I think Corfield's already walked off the field with his team. See if you can get Busby lined up. We'll go to Coach Busby and get his thoughts about the game tonight. Back to more scores.
Amani Christian 58, Beaver Falls nothing. So Beaver Falls, ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
That's a rough one for Beaver Falls. After as well as they played last week, and you start wanting to build up some confidence in your team, and then you run into Amani Christian.
Yeah, that's tough out.
Definitely is. Go ahead with the other scores that you have, because for whatever reason, I just lost mine.
Okay, we had Elwood City 21-0 over Shenango. You said the Bulldogs 18 over the Rochester Rams. Nothing. Vikings, this is a great one. 31-6. Vikings are 2-0. That's a big win for them.
Tank is on the field with Coach Busby. Tank?
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Busby here. Tell me a little bit about how it was a really fast-paced game the first half, and then it kind of slowed down to a ground-and-pound game in the second half.
Yeah, it did. Well, it was always a grind amount game, like the whole game. It just was in the second half. We found a way to get off the field a couple times. Was really the only difference. So the change of possessions made it seem a little quicker. The game was really the same throughout. It was a war in the trenches, a battle of attrition. We both lost some guys and some injuries tonight, but we're fortunate to come out on top, and that's a really good football team, and we think we're a really good football team, and we'll both move forward, and I think you're going to hear a lot about both teams towards the end of the year.
Coach, you've coached a lot of games. This first night down here under the lights, Western Beaver, how's this rank in your coaching profession?
It's really special. I'm sure I'm going to look back tonight when I get home and relax and think about it and look back on it. It's a special evening. But honestly, tonight, it was just a Friday night football game, and you're in the game and you're in the moment. So, I'm sure I'll enjoy it a little bit more, especially since we won. I'll enjoy it a little bit more over the next couple days than I did tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Tank. Do appreciate your reporting as well. The Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty Sideline Report with Tank. We'll talk more with Tank coming up at the postgame show. The postgame show continues from Electric Garage Doors, and the Falcones Moon Township 4 wrap-up show will be coming up in just a little bit. We are broadcasting from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. Once again, final 32-20. Western Beaver over Southside on Beaver County Radio.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com. This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning.
Has your smile recently been intercepted by a bad cavity, stains, or damage that's been driving you crazy? Don't worry. Dr. Timothy Lip in Lip Dentistry is the Hail Mary your teeth have been needing. Located in Beaver Falls and Robinson Township, Lip Dentistry has been a trusted business for families in the greater Pittsburgh area to touch down at for over 2 decades. Make sure to rush over to lipdentistry.com and register for an appointment today and get 25% off your first cleaning. Don't fumble the opportunity to make Lip Dentistry your office of the future and make an appointment today.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the outdoor patio. Check out their award-winning menu online for lunch, dinner, or a special night out. This football season, hang out with your friends at the Hangar, the best kept secret in Moon Township at 500 Flaherty Run Road.
If the black and gold can get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
This is Cindy Haladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union with a sizzling update. Hot weather can be uncomfortable, especially when your air conditioning needs fixed. Hot deals, well, that's a different story, right? Friendly Federal Credit Union is offering hot deals on home equity loans. Now, about that air conditioning, beat the heat and get the money to fix the thing with a hot deal home equity loan at Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
You're tuned in to 2025 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the Cornerstone of Beaver County, Zookie's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, Gnu's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio.
Welcome back to the Electric Garage Doors postgame show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. 32-20 is the final. Western Beaver over Southside. But Frank, at that score, if all you see is the score, you don't realize and appreciate how close this game was all the way practically to the end.
Yeah, the interception with 2.2 seconds it got ran back does make the score look worse than it was. But if you're Southside, you're saying to yourself, we went toe-to-toe with a team that is a class ahead of us, and they have high expectations because of the talent on the team. Southside has expectations, but if you're Southside, yes, it's in the loss column, but it's a win because you went toe-to-toe with a big bad bully.
Yeah, they really need, and I'm sure they're hoping that Dawson Frazier is able to recover from his injury that he sustained right before halftime. Maybe a little bit of a shoulder injury. Hopefully he'll be back. But they have to feel pretty good about this young quarterback that they have that was able to step up. Todd Matovich, he's just a sophomore, never got any real playing time at this level because last year Frazier stepped in for Will Morgan when he got hurt. So really, I mean, he just got a chance to an opportunity to play and played against a really good Western Beaver team and showed some signs that he has the capability of being a quarterback in this program.
He does have the capability. He made one mistake, an interception that created a short field, but this defense stood up and stopped him. And so, you survived that one mistake, but really the difference was a couple of passes that Frazier made in the first half, he was unable to make on those little out routes, getting out into the open, just kind of overthrew the guys where Frazier was dead on those passes.
The guy who is the CCBC player of the game for Southside is Andrew Corfield. Last year, all-conference offense, all-conference defense. He's described by his head coach as the best athlete on the team, and he was the best guy on the field for Southside tonight.
Yeah, he was. I mean, whether it was offense, defense, he did have an interception in defense at the end of the first half. But offensively, every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to rip off 8-10 yards, and teams have to respect that. He had a strong first half, decent third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, Western Beaver shut down that edge, and he was not able to get outside.
One of the things and you're absolutely right about that, one of the things that's interesting about these guys, not only is he a great runner, a great blocker too, and he showed some really soft hands today and being able to make some catches that were pretty acrobatic.
Yeah, I mean, he's a four-down player, and he's able to do everything, and you feel comfortable in any situation getting the ball to him, whether hand off or getting it out in the open on the edge and throwing a little pass out to him.
And Amari Marshall, the CCBC player of the game for Western Beaver, again, a freshman quarterback, to be able to have the poise that he had today to play in this game with this level of pressure, because Southside is no slouch, even though they are that one classification below them. He really stepped up offensively, and then to get that interception to end the game. And granted, you may not want to see your guy go and try scoring a touchdown, but he showed some pretty impressive running moves, not only on that play, but throughout the night, that he was just difficult to be able to finally catch and bring down.
Yeah, he was offensively, he passed more today. He was very precise in those passes. He only had a few misses, but between his threat as a run and his threat as a passer, he does create a lot of problems for other teams' defenses.
All right, coming up, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show with Mike Azadian. He wasn't able to make it out here for the game tonight, but he will be hosting his show coming up in a couple of minutes. There will be phone calls from coaches and reporters, and, of course, all of your calls, too, especially for those of you who had the opportunity to go to different games. Let's go through the finals one last time, if we could. We'll start with Aliquippa and Bell Vernon. 42-7 victory for Mike Warfield and his return as head coach for the Quips. Central Valley falling short to Thomas Jefferson, 37-14. This game was really close at one point, and then TJ just pulled away.
Yeah, I mean, TJ is a very well-oiled machine. We know that their sights, just like Central Valley, are always set on Acrisure Stadium. And today, Central Valley is a good team, but TJ showed up to be a better team.
Elwood City wins today against Shenango, 21-0. Other scores that we have: Freedom 18, Rochester 0. Hopewell and the Vikings all over the Red Hurricanes at Newcastle. They actually at Hopewell 31-6. The Moon Tigers went down to Montour down Beaver Grade Road and beat up on the Spartans 41-13. New Brighton and Summit Academy. Are you ready for this score? 42-14, the New Brighton Lions.
How about them Lions, huh? They brought in a newer young coach, and he's got that team really fired up, and those fans are going to be fired up, and they're going to really fill the stadium now.
And Chartiers Valley in a nail-biter against West Allegheny. They win 29-28. What a game to be at there tonight as well, if you had the opportunity to. If you were at that game, make sure you call Mike Azadian on the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. Final thoughts on this game?
Well, first I got two more scores. Riverside 36, Northgate 30, so Riverside gets its first win of the season.
Nice.
Ambridge went out to Laurel Highlands, lost 12-7, so they were a little bit more respectable today, but still another loss.
Difficult as the alma mater, right?
It is. A difficult time for football at the alma mater.
So what are your final thoughts on tonight's broadcast?
Final thoughts. Appreciated the opportunity that Mike gave me to fill in those big shoes of his. Had fun working with you and Tank. Southside, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in Section 1A or in Class 1A play. And Western Beaver today showed that they have the tools to play any way you want to play.
There you go. All right, one last break. We'll come back for one more thing, and we'll be back on Beaver County Radio.
Well, Tony Dorsett Stadium, the fourth quarter, Hopewell defense strapping on those chin straps, sticking hard as the Hurricanes look beat up. The Hopewell defense is very impressive. I'll mention 20 years ago, I actually covered games like this on WNBA, WBVP, and that year the Vikings won the state championship at Hershey. That was led by Pazlazny, Fontana, Bruce, Terry Jonke, McMillan, Bokar, Hudak, Mack, Michael Mack, as Dave Vestal helped that wrap up that in 2001, I should say. Hey, I'm very impressed with the Vikings. In two games this season, the Vikings have only let up 6 points. They've only let teams score 6 points. They've outscored their opponents by 87-6. My Joey Boombots player of the game goes to James Boo Boo Armstrong, hard worker, very impressive. I could see why he's a blue chipper. My Joey the Bull honor will go to the Hopewell defense led by senior Brian McCabe. Hopewell is 2-0, and Newcastle is 1-1. A final score was 31-6. Matt Modis and John Rose has really got these Hopewell Vikings really strapping it on and smacking the other teams around. I will tell you one last time, I am Boom Pow DIY Solar, AAA rated with the BBB. I save people a fortune on solar energy. Give me a call. Don't forget about my 50-50 split. Get your aunt, your grandma, your cousin, your whoever. Get their electricity bill. Call me up at 844-BOOM-POW, and we can split the commission 50-50. Back to the studio.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer-battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the outdoor patio. Check out their award-winning menu online for lunch, dinner, or a special night out. This football season, hang out with your friends at the Hangar, the best-kept secret in Moon Township at 500 Flaherty Run Road.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley, including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
(32-20), Western Beaver over Southside. Coming up next week, it's Ambridge, the alma mater of our guest color guy, Frank Salopek. And Frank, how are you feeling about the Hopewell game next week?
The way Hopewell is playing, and with that young man they have playing quarterback, it's going to be a rough night for my alma mater.
We will have it. Pregame at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Coming up tomorrow, Duquesne and Pitt. Pitt starts their season against Duquesne, and they have a kickoff time scheduled for noon tomorrow.
Great seeing two local schools play, but there's a big difference between the bowl division and the 1A division.
Do you think they'll cover the spread? That's the big question.
The big question
in Pittsburgh is, will they cover the spread?
If you're a Duquesne fan, you probably take the spread and hope you win some bucks.
And then coming up, our first Saturday game is a week from tomorrow for high school football here on Beaver County Radio. Freedom and Summit Academy. Pregame is at noon. Kickoff is set for 12:30. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight, Frank.
My pleasure. I enjoyed it, and can't wait to listen to you, Mike and Tank, next week.
Thank you very much on behalf of my broadcast partner, Mike Azadian, who wasn't able to be here tonight, but he is coming up with the Falcones Moon Township Board wrap-up show after this, along with Frank Salopek, Tank Latham. We also want to thank State Representative Josh Kale, who joined us in the broadcast. Producer Curtis Walsh, his dad Keith, and Ryan Garazunas back at the studios. Thank you so much for all of that. And thank you all for either listening or watching on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Angino. You've been listening to the best of Beaver County football on Beaver County Radio.
Thanks for tuning in to 2025 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's game was brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the Cornerstone of Beaver County, Zookie's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, GNU's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio. 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and AM 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.